definitely white people. Is set up in Australia. He's a lawyer and a bunch of wild stuff. Like I say, like, because the person told me, my homie told me, he was like, yo, the first episode, the dude is defending a cannibal. A guy commits suicide, and then the guy eats him.
Wow.
And then they put him on trial for murder, and he's trying to get him off. He's like, that's the type of show you watching. But it's not like gory. There's no gore. There's no like, it's not horror. It's a comedy. You know what I'm saying? It's just a dope show, man. It's really, 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 really good. Great characters. It was a great thing.
Sounds interesting.
Oh yeah, definitely rake. All right. So anyway, it's time to get to the business. Pill, you good?
I'm great.
Dang, this nigga sound like he ready right now. All right, let's get to the records, my nigga.
Never gonna die. Can you hang, baby? Look alive when I look alive, niggas die. Press play, call it counterpunch. Money made niggas never gonna die cold. Chillin' in my daddy backyard. Cold brew when the convo, but wise. Listen when them OG speak. Money made niggas never gonna die fast. Slick talking like you know something. Slow down till you know a little more, nigga. I heard him holler, let me hold something. Bitch, nigga better grow something. Yeah, hard times come around like a period. Even my lady tryna mark that day, but you know it's coming and it's serious. Yeah, money made niggas never gonna wait, Lord.
Gentlemen, boys and girls, we are in the building. Aries Lounge each and every week whenever I get a chance to put it out. Yo, I got a whole special panel here, yo. I just want to say before I start, yo, that was very gentlemanly of you to let me pour my own poison. That was a classic moment right there.
I appreciate it. I hope you appreciate it.
Yo, that was just crazy. He was just like, all right, pour your own poison.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to pour your own poison.
Yeah, that's deep. Like, a lot of people don't understand that. That was real deep. So, of course, like I said, bbcradio.com, Aries Lounge. I got my dog. Yeah, I mean, DJ Pill in the building. What's good with you, bro?
Yeah, well,
I'll give you the hand claps today, yo. You get the hand claps today.
Okay.
Because it's the last show of the year.
Yeah.
So, of course, you got to get the hand claps. So, you good?
I appreciate that. I've been better. But I'm good.
We're not doing this today, yo. We got our broski in the building.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
yo, we got the definition of success in the building, yo.
Facts.
So we at least got to fake like we on some up and up stuff, yo. Like, come on, yo. We gotta keep it lit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, and I also have, you know what I mean, like to round out a tremendous year of great guests, great shows. I mean, like, it would not be right if I did not have my family, my literal family, on the show. I had my literal family last week, but now I literally have more family this week. You know what I mean? He's definitely on the run from the FBI, and he's said to have connections with the CIA. You know what I'm saying? He's said to have, spy gigs all over the planet. However, besides being an international spy, a full-on doctor, a family man, and a DJ, we've got DJ POP in the building.
What's good?
Hold it down.
Holding it down.
Hold it down.
Hold it down. Party hijacker. Yo, that sounds like a lot of dry snitching. If you telling all
is that what I'm doing?
Telling all the
My bad.
ops where I'm at.
My bad. I didn't tell him where you was at. I just told him what you did. You know what I'm saying?
What? You make a good point.
There you go.
It's a privilege to be here. Thank you for having me, and you all's establishment studio is dope. Aries Lounge, one of my favorite programming shows on IG, YouTube. You know what I mean?
Thank you, sir.
And it's a privilege to be here.
Man, first of all, you're the only person who has ever brought us beverage since we got into this new space. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. I think y'all deserve it.
The party hijacker hijacked the whole show and established a whole new wave. You know what I'm saying? You're also the first. It's a number of firsts. You're the first person to wear a mask on the show.
Okay.
All right. First person to wear sunglasses on the show.
Okay.
First person to bring liquor in here from this location.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the freshest dress, yo. You got a fly look to you.
I appreciate it. It's getting kind of hot. I might break up out this bit and a wife beater in a minute. But
he started guzzling a little while ago, so you never know what's gonna happen on the show.
So I appreciate being here. Only the best for two gentlemen, and it's not just any beverage, but it's hopefully a beverage that coats your palate. Pause. That I hope you enjoy it.
That's a good pause.
I'm saying that first hit. I'm The way it sizzled the throat on the way down. Pause and no homo. It was it was definitely. I was like, okay, we not playing today.
This is 114 proof right there.
Oh yeah, this is right up my alley. This is where I get down right here. I get down right here. So all right. So first of all, what you been up to, bro? How you been feeling?
Man, I miss y'all, man. COVID literally has messed up a lot and also blessed a lot. On the DJ tip, my last party dates back months. I've been laying low since COVID happened. My last big party was March, and that was at Martin's East. And, that was for one of the big churches in the area, Walk by Faith. They had their, I want to say it was 6-year anniversary, and it was a great time. And that was literally a weekend or two before everything shut down.
Yep.
So with that, a lot of the, establishments, halls, everything, weddings, things got canceled. So, I haven't been DJing big events. And then what about small events? I have made a conscientious decision to hold off on those events as well.
Smart idea, boss. Smart idea.
I got a wife at home, so
Yeah.
it wasn't too
You have
much
kids.
of a discussion.
You have kids at home.
Kids and all that good stuff.
The wife can make it through, dog. She's strong, but the kids is different.
You know what? I got a strong wife, and she as strong as she is, you know what I'm saying. I wouldn't want to bring something home. So
Now that's a fact. On any level, let's just clarify that.
there we go.
Facts. Because then POP might be
I'm a
sleeping
wholesome young
somewhere
man,
else.
yo,
Yeah, you are a wholesome young man, yo. You are, yo. Thank God, man. Yeah, that's something that's scary about you, yo. I think you might be serial killer involved in it, but you never know.
I hope
But
not.
all right, but before we get back to business and all of the normal fun that we normally have, you got to go through the business. Don't forget, if you have not done so, go to arieslounge.shop right now. Cop all of your merch, your shirts, your hoodies, your pillows, There's tons of stuff on there. Definitely dope prices. I'm gonna have a coupon code on the screen. Wow, cop some stuff. 20% off right now. Have some fun. Arieslounge.shop. Yo, help us out. That'll be the greatest gift that you could give me or anyone else on this show for Christmas is to buy something from the store and then wear it and then be like, yo, I'm a fan. Like, that's the way you show love to everybody.
Tag Aries Lounge on Instagram.
Tags Aries Lounge, and we promise we'll repost it. We'll show you mad love. You know what I'm saying? We definitely want to do that. So if you haven't done so, go to arieslounge.com. We have a membership site up there with at least 20 or 30 different videos, hour-long videos of just exclusive content that is not available anywhere on the web, not on YouTube, nowhere else, just on arieslounge.com. You can right now join for a whole entire year for as low as $5. One-time payment of $5. You can enjoy all exclusive content, not just the stuff that we posted, but I've got tons more content coming. Shoot, I got like 6 videos right now that I have not edited and put it up, and I'm just trying to pace myself, and I don't want to keep putting up stuff every day because y'all gonna be mad. Y'all didn't get on there, and then y'all be saying, I watched it all and I want something else. So I'm trying to keep dropping new stuff, at least on YouTube every week, and new stuff in the exclusive section every week. So if you sign up right now, enjoy dope content, dope interviews, you know what I'm saying, and other exclusive content right up in that joint. And like I said, as low as $5 for an entire year. One time, $5 a year. Do it right now. Show some love, show some support. Lastly, we've got these beautiful cups right here. If you have not copped yours, you can cop yours right now. All you got to do is Cash App us. $15 right now. That includes the price of the cup and the shipping. We'll be sending 8 cups right to your door, probably more than 8 cups, and then also including some other exclusive stuff that we won't tell you about until you get it. So just go ahead on, shoot us that 15 through Cash App and have a blast. Or because it's the holidays, do all of them. Go cop something from the merch store, sign up on the membership site, and cop you some cups and be 100% Aries in the building. That's how we do
I
it.
promise you it's going to cost you less than $25.
That's a fact.
Amazing.
That is a fact. So what you can do also is make sure if you haven't done so, subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Instagram and our Facebook, and enjoy great content. Make sure you hit that notification button so you can be notified every time some new content drops. And with that being said, Pill, what you been up to, man? It's been 4 days. It's been a lot because we just got finished shooting the Christmas episode. How you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling. Of course, my car's still down, so
You're in your feelings.
Yeah, I'm definitely in my feelings.
What happened to your car?
My transmission went up on me. You know, they don't want me to be great. I just put new tires on it.
Damn.
And that means I can't go play in the snow tomorrow for the first time, for the first snow.
Oh.
So that's bothering me. But other than that, you know, I'm here, I'm alive. And that's just what it is.
That's deep. Did we get the Christmas mix done, sir?
Nope, because I haven't been able to drive.
What you need to drive for? You said you had everything at your house.
I got everything in my house except recording equipment.
Oh Lord, here we go. All you had to do was call me. I would have came and picked you up. You keep bluffing, yo.
That's
You bluffing. You bluffing. How's that a lot? I ain't doing shit. Well, actually, I was busy, but still, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I still would have came and got you because I wanted to have this Christmas mixtape out before Christmas.
It'll be done before Christmas.
Yo, you said that like 6 weeks ago.
I can promise you it'll be done before
What type
Christmas.
of music?
Just Christmas music. Just you know, Christmas music. I'm gonna blend in some. I'm gonna try to blend in some like just like exactly how you did on our IG the other day. I'm gonna try to blend in some current stuff with some Christmas hits. You know, and this kind of thing.
Mad dudes drop Christmas records. Like there's a bunch of females that drop like Christmas records and stuff like
That's
that.
what's up.
I mean, you know, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I just want to get the record done so I can put it out.
It's gonna get done.
You know what I mean?
It'll be done before Christmas.
We not on POP's level where we can just drop a link and be like, yo, give me money and I'll give you music.
no.
Because POP was out here getting it.
Yo, I appreciate it, man. That's the love is real in the community, and I'm just again most
And the
thankful and
mixtapes
privileged, man.
were fire, bro.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much.
I actually was at a lingerie party, and I was, of course, in control of the music, but we didn't have anything. We just had a Bluetooth speaker. I said, I'm just play this mix by DJ POP, and it went perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Somebody else hit me up and said something very similar. And sometimes people be saying stuff, just like my homeboy that said it, and you're like, you know, you don't know if your homeboy gassing you or not.
Right.
He was like, yo, we was on, we're in DC, we were on a boat, and they were just using YouTube mix or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, you know, it got redundant. And he was like, yo, same story, let me put something on. And they put on, it was a DJ POP mix joint. And he said, yo, they loved it. In fact, one of the people on the boat was like, yo, who is this? And, you know, he was like, yo, you could go to his website and, you know, and get the joint or whatever. You could buy it yourself.
Yep.
And I thought he was bluffing and capping. Yo, the next day, so if he's telling me this, texting me on a Friday night the next day, Saturday, it was like 3 random purchases of exactly what he said was going to happen,
Awesome.
man.
Yeah,
And so
that's
that's
great.
a really good feeling as a DJ. You know how that
Yep,
feels. As
absolutely.
an artist, you know how that
Yeah,
feels,
definitely.
man. And so, you know, that's, again, the love has definitely been real, and I'm most appreciative to the people, man.
For sure. Unfortunately, my artist days predated the internet.
I
So
was like, Atlanta,
I didn't
they
get the
still got
benefit.
they still got some VHS joints it's circulating in Atlanta somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they do. They definitely do, yo. Shout out to you, though. I thought that was such an ingenious idea. When I woke up that morning and was like seeing the gram, you had the video. I was like, oh, I actually got pumped. Like, oh shit, yeah, let me go ahead because I remember I had some bread, so I just go ahead and shot you that
I
joint.
appreciate it,
and I was
man.
just like, yo, just send it to me when you send it to me because I was just going to clean. Exactly what I do. I clean the house. I put that bitch on and I'm just cleaning the house. You know what I mean, jamming and shit. Like it
I
just
appreciate it, man.
reminded me of when we was hosting and parties and getting out here getting it.
If for anybody who doesn't know, so JS1 is an MC of MCs, you know what I'm saying? He is my favorite person to do a party with.
Really?
We go back to the trenches, and you know he just is a fun spirit. Y'all already know from the interviews, but it's just his energy level is unmatched. Someone else who I like, I've never worked with, Pork Chop. To me,
Oh, he's a god when it comes
he's
to
a god,
hosting.
right?
Yeah.
And you know, shout out to Pork. To me, you bring that same energy, right?
I appreciate that.
And it's like, yo, it's just always a good time. We've always had a lot of great fun at parties, and you know, that's the downside. I say COVID was, you know, some down, some up. That's the down to me that, you know, we're not doing. This is my number one man whenever we do a wedding, right? So,
Yeah.
so initially, if I would get, you know, asked what's a wedding rate, I would give them 2 rates, one without a hype man and one with a hype man.
As you should.
And so now it's just one number. Like it's just with hype man. You know what I'm saying? It's just with the hype man.
I feel you.
I'm not even doing the wedding if it's not a hype man. If it's not Jamal as the hype man. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate
that's
that.
dope. And Jamal, sometimes he's bougie and sedity and can't do stuff sometimes, and so my man Pill right here is always holding it down. And
That's a fact.
in a rare event I can't do a party or something, my man Pill's always bailing me out. So appreciate you too, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Yo, all right. So I would normally, this would be the segment where I would go into my disgruntled J segment.
Oh,
but I'm not disgruntled about nothing, Pill. I'm feeling good, bro. It's the Christmas holiday. I'm excited about this break. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I just been really excited about taking some time. As much as people would think that I'm just going to be sleeping, but I just really wanted time to kind of revamp the show, and I got some new stuff that I want to roll out, and you know what I mean? I just needed time to kind of step back. Sometimes you got to step back from what you do so you can see stuff. But I've been like listening to, like I've been going back watching old episodes and you know what I mean, looking at all the progress. Yo, I think we've done a damn good job this year, bro. And in the midst of COVID and everything going on, I think you and I have been very what's the word? Consistent. Thank you. And we've been funny. And like, you know what I mean? We just been keeping it rolling, you know what I mean? And a lot of people have shown us love because of the fact they've been stuck in the house. So this has kind of been like their way of kind of having some connection.
This is crazy. Not to cut in, but like for me, I do a lot of my work late at night. My computer work, that is, late at night after the kids are asleep. Mm-hmm. And to just be able to press play, listen to y'all while I'm doing my stuff, and then here I am, and it's mad late, like 12 or 1 o'clock. I just bust out laughing, you know what I'm saying? The joint gives me mad vibes. Like, again, like we partying vibes, or like I'm back in the college dorm vibe, you know what I'm saying? So this joint is a needed outlet for many people who are stuck in the home. But then even if I wasn't stuck in the home, I'd be playing this joint. So
I appreciate that, bro.
I got a problem. This is the second week in a row Jay is not in his feelings.
What I mean, I understand. I'll be angry next year. I promise. I'm just not angry right now. Honestly, I have not been upset. As much stuff that's been going on, positive and negative, I just been happy, man. I just been a very, really great space. Like, I'm not upset with nobody. Like, I ain't got no beef with nobody. I ain't got no anger with nobody.
I really hope our subscribers don't leave.
No, don't leave on my part of me becoming a better person.
Because that's terrible.
It's because it's terrible?
Yes,
nah, it's not terrible. I feel like that's necessary.
I think people would log in just to hear you and your feelings.
And talk about stuff so they can be angry with me.
Or just laugh at you.
People kind of want to join the anger mob.
Or just laugh at you.
That's true. What? That might be true. And the reason I say that is because, I don't know if we could shout them out or not. I'm not suggesting
let's shout them out.
Please shout out everybody.
Let's shout them out. There's a brother, Kevin Samuels. You commented, right?
Yes.
So Kevin Samuels, lifestyle coach, debonair brother, helps brothers get their act together so that they can, pick up women.
Facts.
And gives advice to women on how to get, men or high earning men, vice versa, men high earning women. But the point is, I had a chance to see an interview where someone was interviewing him, very articulate brother, sharp, no controversy. I'm like, yo, he's on point. So then I go to his channel to watch some of his videos where he does what he does.
Right.
And he kind of plays a role of, occasionally, like a mean guy, but he's just like telling it like it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's keeping it a buck. And telling a young woman if she's, not 8, 9, or 10, and telling her she's a 5 or 6, he's keeping it real with her,
right.
And it could come across as mean. What's my point? He gets a lot of views and a lot of subscribers.
Facts.
For having that mean guy. People like a mean guy, or people like tuning into a mean guy.
People like straight shooters,
and people like straight shooters.
He's a straight shooter.
Which jump into another topic. Trump, people. I do not, I'm not a Trump supporter at all. Like, not even close.
I'm not here to bash nobody for their beliefs.
But that's the point I'm making. Not to bash anybody for their beliefs, and to agree with you people like straight shooters, which is, it was a very close election. Despite what happened over his 3.5, 4 years, the election was still close. And when you ask people, hey, how did you vote for such and such? They're like, yo, I like to know what I'm getting. And you know what I'm saying? Yo keeps it real. And, you know, so again, not my endorsement of the guy, but to add substance to people like straight shooters, I would completely agree with that.
Makes sense.
I would say to reply to what you're saying, people that feel like they're not talked to, he spoke to them. He may not have worked for them. And I feel like that's the difference that the Democratic Party doesn't understand. It's not necessarily that you need to come to them and promise them some shit and then not give it to them. Excuse me, I didn't mean to curse because we trying to keep it clean. But people just want to be acknowledged. And he at least acknowledged them.
So,
and he acknowledged their pain. He acknowledged what they was going through. And he said, yo, I hear you. I'm going to do what I can do. Now, mind you, it could have all been lies. But the point of the matter is he gave them a conversation that nobody else gave. You know what I mean? There's a reason why we call those areas of the country flyover states. Because those are the places we normally fly over. We don't go there and hang out. We don't go there and campaign. We don't go there and do concerts that often.
right.
It's easier to get a big bag in LA, fly to Atlanta, go to Chicago, go to Miami. Yo, how many invites have you got to go to Wyoming or Oklahoma or North and South Dakota? Like, those are not the places that we generally go thinking that we're going to get a bag. And it might be racist people there, but a lot of times those people haven't seen a black person. So those experiences aren't common. So like for him to take his time to make those places, like people had pride in the fact that, yeah, like we're the ones that's holding this country up. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gave him power. That gives, you know what I mean? That gives
them pride. And then,
Facts.
you know, at the same time, the flip of that is there was a population that felt like they were being neglected, whether it be, you know, people of color. Some people don't like that term, but I'm going to use it anyway. Respectfully, people of color, whether it was women, whether it was, you know, homosexuals, whether it was whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It was, you know, people that, you know, felt alienated. So
Facts.
it's just, you know, like a tennis match. Ball goes, bounces, whatever side. So, you know, again, the people who felt like they were in the flyover states and that he talked to them, they felt empowered. Over here, you got people that feel like, you know, that the country just doesn't get it. So, you know, now it's shifting over. So, I'm optimistic, you know, with the next 4 years, and I'm optimistic with COVID. Hopefully, you know, calming down a little bit so we can get back to, you know, this certainly. I had made the comment earlier. You know, there's been some ups, some downs. The downs, one of the significant downs has been, in my opinion, in the performing arts sector, right? So people with acting, with live performances, DJs, you know, artists all about, they haven't had an opportunity necessarily. I'm put an asterisk, come back to it. They haven't had an opportunity necessarily to get money the way they were used to traditionally, right?
Right.
But we've also seen where some new stuff has come out, you know, some creative ways to make money virtually, right?
Right.
OnlyFans, right? That took off, right?
Zoom.
That
I
took
ain't
off.
never heard of Zoom before the pandemic. I never heard of Zoom. I never heard of OnlyFans until the pandemic. Yo, and those two companies have become the most, you know, kind of like they've kind of blown up in the last year. Continue, sir. I'm sorry.
No. That was it. You know, that was it. So, you know, I know who I believe I know who our audience is, or whatever, and so I wouldn't want them to feel neglected, so to speak. You know, with me saying, oh, there's been some ups, you know, in COVID. You know, I think disproportionately for the performing arts world, you know, it's been more downs than ups. However, I do like the resiliency of people that still found ways to get money, you know, during this temporary lockdown, so to speak.
Word. Now, let me tell you another thing that I feel like is a huge plus for us as a society is that the black family, the older black family members, are forced to embrace technology in a way that they've traditionally shunned.
You know what?
I'm not going to use this smartphone, or I'm not going to use this tablet. I don't need none of that. Like, But now you stuck in the house, and the only way you can see your grandkids is that you gotta pick up that tablet, or you gotta pick up that phone. Like you gotta learn how to use Zoom. You gotta learn how to, like, you know what I mean?
That's right.
And that was the thing that my mother and my father, like, they were. Well, my father's not against it, but he'll kind of like avoid it if he can.
Right.
But in this situation, you got grandkids and you got family members, and nobody's local,
Right.
and nobody can move. So the only way, like Thanksgiving, like, you know what I'm saying, it was me, my mom, and my dad. It's the three of us sitting at the table. That is, I mean, let me tell you something. I'm 41 years old. That is the smallest table setting I've ever had in my entire life. Like, I've never had 3 people at a meal. Like, it's always been a minimum 6 to 10. And if you talking about holidays, our normal holiday is 30, 40 people on a low end. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So for us to be 3 people at the table was really depressing. But, like, my dad reminded me, like, oh, yo, you know the cousins is, yo, you just jump on the Zoom real quick. They just wanted to see what was going on.
Right.
I jumped on the Zoom, the whole family there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my aunt, she in her 90s. I got another aunt in her 80s. Yo, they all on Zoom. Like, they can't, you know, the volume might not be on, but the fact that they embraced it, I feel like that was such a plus for this year.
Absolutely. I would say there have been more family reunions this year, impromptu family reunions this year than before. It certainly took place in my family, and most appreciative of it. Thankful to have grabbed a screenshot of it, everybody up on that joint, you know what I'm saying? And so, again, there have been some pluses. So I agree with you. You started this segment off saying, hey, yo, I'm not in my feelings. I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I actually agree with you significantly that, yo, there's a lot of good to come out of 2020. Respectfully, you know, we have lost some great ones in 2020. I mean, it's been crazy. January kind of was giving us a tip of the hand, so to speak, when, you know, for me, the biggest loss entertainment-wise was, you know, Kobe, I believe was the end of January.
That was the very beginning of January.
It was like, like, yo, that's kind of crazy. That hit me.
That started.
You would have thought, and I don't know what it was with black men specifically, but, I mean, it was fans across the world, but specifically, I saw a lot of people say, yo, this is women talking. Like, my man is legit crying right now.
Yeah,
you know
it hurt.
Like, you know,
really hurt.
That was significant emotion that they saw from their man, which they don't always see. And I don't know if that's a, you know, good thing, bad thing, or a sad thing.
I don't think nothing wrong with that.
I think nothing's wrong with that, right?
Right.
But, you know, once that happened, again, beginning of the year, it was kind of like, yo, I'm not so surprised that 2020 has been how it's been.
Yeah, because that started it all. I remember that day. That was a shock to the world. Like, it wasn't even just an area. That was a shock to the entire world. That happened to one of the greatest players that ever played the game.
Word, I respect that. I respect him because of his cultural impact, but I'm not because I'm not a sports fan. It doesn't really have the same effect for me.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm still dealing with Nipsey's death. Like, I was literally laying in bed this morning, like, yo, I wanted to listen to some Nipsey records, and I'm like, I still feel uncomfortable sometimes listening to records because it makes me emotional. But, like, all of the stuff that's been going on, just, I think my frustration in general, if there is any about this year, is us coming face to face with us us black people in the black community coming face to face with the reality of, yo, the senseless deaths, the crazy out of control nature that we've had. And then because we've developed so many intelligent black voices, now there's a huge pushback against the ignorance that we've embraced for so long. And as much as I've been frustrated because you still have so many murders happening this year. So many male rappers are killed this year. That's crazy. But in response to that, there have become a lot of other MCs, bigger names, 21 Savage speaking against it. You know, this person speaking against it, that person. We are trying to find our way out of this crazy maze we've put ourselves in. And I think that the fact that we're forced to sit down, because if you're a rapper and you hot right now, you touring most of the year, you're not seeing what's going on. You really on stages, meet and greets, this and that, radio runs, da-da-da-da. But when you're forced to sit home and you have to sit there and watch the world turn, you really start seeing things for what they really are. You know what I'm saying? And I you know, once again, as much as it might be frustrating that COVID came and it really through everything for Tipsy and Turvy, yo, we really got to see ourselves. You really got to see how much of a hustler you are, or you really got to see how resilient you are. You really got to see what's going on around you. I think I'm not really a paid artist, but I thank God that some of these artists that have been worked like crazy had an opportunity to sit home and enjoy the fruits of their labors and got a chance to see their families and spend time with their children, whether or not they wanted it or not. Because I feel like a lot of times it's important for you to be forced to sit down, you know what I mean, and figure it out and figure out what the next big move is. You know, even us, amongst us and my family, like I feel like it was important for some niggas to be forced to sit the fuck down for a minute and go, yo, what are we doing here? Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Is life all about me running and working and being in the club every day? Or is there some value in being around the children and the family and seeing my wife more often and sharing a meal, or maybe sitting down at the table together and having normal discussions? Like,
it forced me to sit down and have several realizations about my own personal life, in my past life, and the immaturity that I was in, and it forced me to grow because I was in a space where, well, I can't hang out with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in a space where, well, all right, well, this is I did this to myself. It gave me that opportunity to hold myself accountable for the things that I did.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So,
word. And it shows, and it really puts into perspective the value of the relationships that you have.
Yep. Because
if you gonna come out the house and take that risk, it gotta be somebody you really bang with.
Yep, that's right.
You gotta really bang with the person you hanging with. You ain't about to go and hang with an alright person. Like, all right, man, I might just come and kick it with. Right. Like if you ain't really somebody you bang with, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Even relationships, like when it come down to like, you know, who you sticking it to, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that stuff becomes way more important when the COVID is a part of the equation. Right. You know what I mean? It becomes a thing. I would say lastly, me catching COVID and being forced to, this is going to sound bad, but it's not. I've never been bothered by the possibility of me dying, but I was in a really great place when I caught COVID. So like my bank account was fat. I had just bought a car. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just mad because I was like, yo, if I die with my credit on 720 and the new whip in the driveway, oh my God. Like that's the only thing I was mad about. I
gotta be honest, yo, when that joint hit that you had COVID, yo, I was legit concerned, right? Because there's a couple risk factors for good outcomes, couple risk factors for bad outcomes.
Right. That's a fact.
What I'm saying? And so, you know, I did not want, you know, a bad outcome for you. And so, you know, I go back to my text messages, but I remember checking in like, yo, you good? Like, yo, I'm just thankful that you're here. And, you know, like you said, yo, it's been a great, again, going back to my original point, it's been a great year for some people.
Right,
you know
right.
I remember seeing the post about the new whip. I'm like, yo.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I had just copped that. Like, I had copped that joint. Like, Pill took me down to get the joint. And how was like 3 weeks later?
Something
I'm like, damn, I got this shit.
Doing
like,
the most, yo. How'd you catch COVID, yo? That's what
I didn't. Yo, to be honest with you, I couldn't even tell you why. Because, like, I'm not saying I quarantine, but, like, when you do construction, the type way that we do it, we flipping houses. Gotcha. So a lot of times it's me and maybe one or two other guys, but I pick them up in the morning. Yeah. I drop them off in the afternoon. Yeah. It's just us on the job site. There's nobody else around. You know what I'm saying? And all of these guys are over 50, 60 years old. So one dude ain't got no kids and the other dude got grown kids and they don't live there. So it's just him and his wife. Now, the one dude, his wife work in the hospital or whatever, but she getting tested all the time. You know what I mean? They ain't got no problems. So then I got my pops. I see my pops maybe once, a couple days a week. You know what I mean? He'll stop by to look at some work, boom, 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 he move. So like the only time I really go around, I'm around people is Home Depot, but I'm masked up. You know what I mean? Layered up. When I go in there, it's not really nothing going on for real. But at the same time, like there was certain nights I might go out and get some chicken wings from Wingstop or whatever. You gotta go get groceries or whatever. So like I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where I came from, bro. Like I had a COVID person, because like when you get tested positive, they call your phone, right? Yeah. They contact you and they try to like walk you through everything. And I was just like, miss, I'm not around people. Like I'm in my truck. You know what I'm
think
saying?
this is what I think happened. I think you got them new wheels. I think you was out here.
I promise you I
DC.
wasn't. I promise you because I got a pickup truck. So I got a car and a pickup truck. So most of the time the car was sitting in front of the house.
On this right
Yo,
now.
shut up.
I got something for you.
Hold on.
I got something for you.
Shanti, how many cars do you have in? Wait a minute. You got a closed. You got a driveway. You got a garage, bro.
Yo.
All right. Oh, so we're not gonna do that? Okay, cool. Let me chill. My bad. But we gonna blow my spot up. All right, I got you.
We're gonna make sure my man Pill drive away up out of here. You know, get 2 cars, and if we got a couple joints or whatever,
I got you. So what you saying is Pill could borrow one of those?
One of your joints.
One of my joints. Oh, he's slick with it today. He's slick with it today.
No, Pill, my man, yo. Whatever Pill need, he got it, yo.
I appreciate that, brother. I really do.
Yep.
So you've been extra careful.
Me
and Mr. Pediatrics out here.
Yo.
He got it,
So got to. For multiple reasons. One, we mentioned earlier, I don't want to take nothing home. 2, don't want to give nothing to, people who I see for my 9 to 5. 3, if I were to get sick, that puts me on a 14-day quarantine, 10 to 14-day quarantine. That messes with paper, right?
Yep.
And so if y'all was to subtract, 10 to 14 days worth of pay, I wouldn't be so happy about that. So, people, we're better now with money, but people sometimes spend anticipating what they're going to get.
Right.
That's a fact.
Yep.
So my Black Friday purchases are based off of, I know I'm about to get this in 2 weeks, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't necessarily spend that way, but it's just natural.
Yep.
And so long story short, I just don't want to take an unsuspected 10 to 14-day hit, so to speak.
Nobody does.
That's a fact.
Where I'm out of commission.
Nobody does.
See, because at least you in 14 days. They told me I had to sit for 30. So I sat 30 days for real before I came out of the house. And I missed out on mad money, and that kind of put me in a little bit in a hole or whatever. But I, you know what I mean? We hustled or whatever.
Right.
Even being, I was. They said that I was around somebody that had it,
Right.
and I even had to sit out for 14 days. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just around.
Wait a minute, did you get tested though?
I definitely got tested. I had to get tested.
Did you come out negative or positive?
I came out negative. I had to get tested. That was a requirement for me to even go back to work. And as much as I wanted to run from that experience of being tested, I had to go get it done because that was the only way I was going back to work. So, yep, I definitely came out negative, and I sat for the 14 days, and every single day I had to check in on my phone. I had to check in. Somebody called my phone. How you feeling? What's going on? Bro, I'm good.
I feel like in that situation, and I'm not asking money situation, but I just feel like, somebody tests positive, you come back test negative, but you still got to go through the whole process of, taking a time out, so to speak. If it affects your money, I feel like that person that gets you sick, there should be some ramifications.
Somebody should slide
not
me.
Not that they tried to get you sick. Not that they tried to get you sick, though, right?
Yeah.
But if I have to use my, paid leave or whatever the setup is, you know what I'm saying? If I have to be inconvenienced as a result of this, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I shouldn't be the only one on the hook. That's just how I feel.
That's right. That makes sense.
But that's the reason, I'm masked up is because, I just want to be able to say I did everything possible to prevent getting it, you know what I mean?
I understand.
So this is just how much I respect this here platform.
Right.
I almost had to say, hey, it's not a good look. XYZ.
Yeah, I won't be able to do this right now, Jay. I'll catch you 2021.
But you went through all the proper channels, so to speak. You hit me back in October or September, whenever it was.
Yeah.
Sent me a little reminder joint. And, because it is family and because I just absolutely love Aries Lounge, make sure you get your merch, get your cups. You know what I mean? Get your sign up for $5 for the year because it's Aries Lounge. I said definitely. I'm going to just take my precautions. We're going to make it happen.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Well, I mean, now that we have a doctor on here, we legit now. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Y'all were way legit before this interview, man.
Get out of here, bro.
I have seen some incredible interviews, man.
Yeah. You've been around for a long time,
Baltimore
bro.
and beyond, you know what I mean? So, I mean, this is an amazing platform, a needed platform, and who would you say? I know y'all interviewing me. I ain't trying to flip it. Not trying to deflect.
Do what you do, bro.
Yeah.
We having fun.
While you respect all the interviews that you've done,
Right.
is there somebody who you would say, yo, we interviewed this person and we appreciate that they blew up? You know what I'm saying? And not that you're saying, oh, we're the reason they blew up, but we interviewed them and like, yo, they were on our couch at one point, and now, yo, you know, the sky's the limit for them.
Where do we start?
Yo,
Nah,
I know it's a laundry list.
Yeah,
But if there's one or two people that stand out,
There's a
where
laundry
might-
list for real. There's a real laundry list. I mean, I don't even know. Like, I wouldn't even know where to say something like that. But go ahead, Pill. Like, obviously, you got a list of names, so like, I'm gonna let you.
I mean,
on that
I would, even in like Mount Olympus, I would say like, Take Cobain.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would say like Around Dreams. I would say like
Shout out to Ron.
yeah. Shout out to Ron.
Most definitely.
Shout out to Tate.
Shout out to Tate. Yeah. He just
Most
dropped
definitely.
a new single, by the way, if anybody cares.
Come on, that's what we doing.
You know,
I'm playing. Tate, please, yo, calm down, yo,
Get 'em.
calm down.
Come get him.
Nah, don't do that. Because
get
if you
'em.
do this record, that means I got to reply. So like, let's not do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's not
Let's
do
really
that.
do that. That's a good
I
idea.
got plenty of time right now, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
about to go on vacation, so disc records can come at any time. Like,
Hey
let's not
Tate,
do
that's
that.
a good idea. Let's go ahead and release that this record. I think you've been holding on it for a while. It's time to release it now. You know
Tate
what I'm
really
saying?
ain't got nothing to do if he holding on to a disc record about me, dog. Like, yeah, you got to throw that
Oh,
away.
it's just for fun.
Throw the whole Cobain away. Get out of here. Let's go.
Wow, yeah.
No, I'm just
Shots
saying-
fired,
No,
bro.
no, that's
It
not
is
what
a
I
rap
meant.
tape. That's
You
it.
know what?
That's all you
Yo,
need.
Continue your shit. Shut up. Here we go.
So Tate, Ron Dreams. There's even no disrespect to the J Hills, the Raven Parises. You know what I'm saying? They were coming in the beginning of
Those
their
are people
career.
that are like on my list of interviews that I've seen, and through basement parties / lounge parties / club parties. You know, whenever I hear Raven, whenever I hear Jay, I mean, I'm like, yo, this is super dope. Hearing Ron, hearing Greenspan, who opened up the show tonight.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
Greenspan.
Yeah, shout out to Greens. Shout out to Greens.
Big shout out to
I was
Greenspan.
watching something, and Hollywood artists, and I feel like I heard a Tate Cobain joint in the background. I'm like, yo, these
Definitely.
are people who have like made it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm excited to see people, whether it's the beginning of the career, middle of the career. Nobody's at the end of the career necessarily, but
Right.
I'm excited to see people here on this platform still doing their thing, living out
Okay.
their dreams.
Now the
like
next-
everybody's
I understand.
doing. You know what I mean?
So we can definitely include YG Tech, President
Sure,
Dave O,
sure.
Young Moose,
Sure,
all these
sure.
people that have been through, done interviews.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you talking about that, like, yeah, it's a lot of people that have come and have shown us a lot of love and support. You know what I mean? Even from the R&B singers. You know what I'm saying? Tia Reid and you know what I mean? It's a bunch of them, man. Like, I can't even really. It's really so many. I can't name them all. I tell people like there's probably only because we even had Band Hunter Izzy on our station.
Yep.
Not on my show, but he's come through Love the Culture Radio.
The Creek Boys, we had all
Creek
of them.
Boys. We done had Creek Boys multiple times. Shout out to them. Jay Royale, who's doing really great on the underground level right now.
Shout out to Jay Royale.
He's family to us. You know what I mean? That's real. He's a real homie.
I seen him recently. He's like, bro, whenever y'all ready to have me on,
Right.
hit my phone, bro.
Yeah.
And that's it. I
Nefertiti.
said, all right, I got
That's
you.
exactly
Nefertiti
what I was about to
Femc.
say.
Shout out to Neffy.
Fizzles, everybody.
Fizzles.
Shout out to Fizzles.
Your boy, whatchamacallit? God dang, yo. He gonna be mad. Well, he already hate me, so it is what it is.
Yeah, it's cool.
But your best friend, boy, you was just talking about trying to play his record today.
Mike Even?
Yeah, Mike Even
Oh, yeah,
blew
shout out
up.
to Mike Even.
Mike Even doing real good right now. To get back to what you're saying, you know what I mean? Like, and that's crazy that you said that because, like, there's some stuff that we working on behind the scenes. And me and Pill was like, we were listing out all of the interviews. And it was way more than 100.
Yeah.
It's just mad interviews, and we just like, yo, we know we missing people. Like we just, it's just, and I mean, from major celebrities, like let's even say Yellow Wolf. We interviewed Yellow Wolf way back when I first started. Yellow Wolf was an independent artist when I interviewed him. Yo, now he's independent again, but he's got a huge label.
Nice catalog,
DJ Pauls,
yeah.
he got a nice catalog. You know what I mean?
Bone Crusher, even to the late great Smash. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? G Rock,
Four Eyes.
you know what I mean? Adina Howard,
Yeah. Dope stuff.
Yo, y'all had Adina Howard, yo?
Yeah,
Yo, that's
my
crazy.
Sean. Well, her interview is on the YouTube channel. You can watch it right now. Just go to youtube.com/VVC Life and just scroll all the way back to the
Shout
beginning.
out to that. And yo, so the
Imani, which is one of Joe Button's closest friends. He's an R&B
that's
singer.
right.
We had him on the show. Mickey Fax, Vic Spencer, just all types of people, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and the list goes on and on. I'm barely scratching the surface. There's so many more that we haven't even spoken on, and it's no disrespect. I don't want anybody to feel like they are less than. It's just like, yo, my memory, and we only got.
I apologize for the question because once you start a list,
right,
people can't feel like, yo, they don't remember
why
my
you
joint.
ain't, why you ain't
so
say me?
I apologize.
even when we were live,
I apologize for the question.
you know,
Right.
we were calling people, or people were calling us, and then they were, and they were dope interviews as well. Even if it was 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, regardless of the fact, they were still on the platform.
That's a fact.
Now, the better question is, which one of those individuals that blew up came back and said, "Hey, Aries Lounge"?
See, come on, man. We not.
Oh, we're not doing that. Okay,
We
I'm
not
sorry.
doing that. Let's not.
We're not doing that. I apologize. It's all love, though. I love y'all.
Nah, it's cool.
They're busy, and they're gonna send some love on in the comment section. Yeah,
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah,
If y'all want to show some love in the comment section, we appreciate that.
I hope so.
All right, so now we got to get to the news right now. There's a whole lot of entertainment news, not a lot, but we got a couple pieces that we're going to share. E40 versus Too Short for the versus battle.
Shout out
Sure.
to
Now we got two DJs in the building.
Ooh.
Now I know y'all may not be high on
West
E40's
Coast.
catalog, and I know y'all don't really have a whole lot of E40 records in the joint.
Nah, just
But-
the hits.
Let's be honest. Who do you feel like is winning the battle between Too Short and E40? And let's be real.
So.
'Cause I think y'all bugging if y'all don't say a certain name. I'm just being honest.
Well, here's the deal. My name is DJ POP, and then
That's
there's
right.
something that comes after that.
Okay.
You remember? You don't remember?
It's the party hijacker.
The
party hijacker.
Yes,
And
sir.
So if I'm about to hijack a party, and I'm thinking of whose catalog, and it's an East Coast party, that's another big asterisk.
That is a
right?
big. Yeah, it is.
That's real.
I'm rocking Too Short. And if somebody was to say what Too Short songs, it might be 3 songs, 5 songs, right? However, if somebody would have asked me, comparing them West Coast and the impact they have on West Coast, E40 is a god over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a
and,
fact.
And I could be wrong age wise. I think a little bit younger than Too Short.
Definitely
And
is
so,
younger.
And so I think he has a little bit more of a reach. Could be wrong with that. But I think if we West Coast, they're going to say E40. Me, I'm a little bit older. And Party Hijacker, Club Banger, I'm going Too Short.
You know what the funny thing is? Hold on, Phil, before you go.
Yep.
Now, you're right. Too Short is a little older than E40, right? Wait a minute. Or E40 older than Too Short. I can't remember. But I will tell you the funny part is that Too Short started probably 5 or 6 years before E40 did. So like
believe that.
they was just on the Breakfast Club, and he was like, "Yo," he started back. He was like, Too Short was like, he put his first shit out in '85, and I'm thinking to myself, nigga, I was born in '79. I was a baby.
I believe it.
I was a young lad when he dropped. You know what I mean? These crazy hip hop records. Pill, who are you going with, E40 or Too Short?
Well, I gotta go with Too Short because
Okay, let's get the controversy going. Let's go.
I gotta go with Too Short because of the longevity of his career and him having the multiple songs. I mean, I guess off the jump, first thing I'm gonna think of to play at a party would be "Life of the Party." You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
off the top.
I,
You know what
I,
I'm saying?
I get where you coming from, but I don't mean to cut you off, sir.
Yep.
But I definitely want to say this. You got to remember, Too Short has done records with the greatest artists that have ever lived.
That's right.
So Too Short got records with Big.
Yep.
Let's not get that messed up.
I agree with you.
Too Short got records with Jay-Z.
I agree with you.
On their albums, like he was invited to be on their albums. It wasn't the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, yo, I need me a Too Short verse. Yo, Too Short got records with the illest rap groups of all time. Like, yo, Too Short got them records. So like in a battle, it don't necessarily always have to be about the smash hit. But if you got that connection to a legend like that, man,
that's right. No, you're right,
man.
So y'all not gonna believe this, but you add their ages together, it's over 100, and you might say, "Oh, I believe it."
I need you to stop.
But I believe it. But yo, Too Short. If Google is right and not tripping, if Siri and Google are right, Too Short is 54.
That's a fact.
Wow.
He said that. He said that on television.
E40 is 53.
That's a fact. That's
I
a
thought
fact.
it was upper 40s. I didn't know he was 53. But they're similar in age. Again, for me, and if the U.S. decides who wins, I will go with Too Short, because when I think of Too Short songs, Too Short raps, he's got this nice flow, like he's in the pocket, and it, somebody from the East Coast could rock with it. E40, if I think of some of his songs, not all of them, but I think of some of his songs, he kind of has this offbeat type of, rap. His cadence is a little bit different, but is dope over, West Coast, but everybody doesn't get it. You see what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So if it's, if the U.S., so to speak, if it's Instagram who judges who won, which is basically what happens, I would say perhaps Too Short has an advantage because his cadence, his style is what we're used to hearing. It's quote unquote traditional, normal, whatever.
Right.
For E40, when he starts speeding up, slowing down, and, doing his thing, which is, again, something he created, which I have respect him for. He stayed true to, who he was. I might not, if it's somebody like me, I might say, I respect it, but everybody might not respect it.
Now we can't like we can't count out E40 because E40 also has the same features that Too Short has with some big artists. You know what I'm saying?
Some, but not a lot. He ain't got no big.
I mean, no, but
he ain't got no women. Does he have a J verse? He ain't got no J verse.
I mean, but
and I ain't talking about J verse from Baltimore. I'm talking about Jay-Z.
Wow.
No disrespect. Yo, shout out to J verse. Oh, his name now is 01 verse. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
So
J
anyway,
verse.
Yeah, that was a sucky idea.
It's okay, J verse. I got you.
Yeah. I still love you, my nigga. Pause, no homo. But I didn't want to go too far into this because it ain't that important. But like, you know what I mean? Like for real, it's
Shout
not.
out to the previous verses that got canceled because Ashanti got COVID.
So like let's go into your little joint that you posted that may or may not be real. So POP, there was a flyer that was posted on Facebook by Pill. I don't think he designed the flyer. I think he just reposted it. That's just my thing. So it's supposed to be Anthony Hamilton versus Music Soul Child. First of all, in my opinion, the first thing that popped in my head is Music Soul Child is smashing Anthony Hamilton. Music Soul Child got way more hits. Big, mega, gigantic hits. You know what I'm saying? He's got controversial. Yo, is he talking about God or is he talking about vagina hits? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
Like, so I feel like it's an age divide. I feel like
it's an age divide. They both came out around the same time.
But I feel like they making different music for a different crowd. I feel like it's a bad verse.
It's a neo soul versus.
Yeah, I feel
It's
like
a male neo soul versus. Now, what should have happened? You should have put D'Angelo versus Music Soul Child. I feel like that would have been now. But even though in that battle, D'Angelo would have smashed Music, but Music had a fighting chance if he played it right.
Yeah.
But like Anthony Hamilton probably got 5 joints for real. 20, come on, bro. Can you really, like I said before we was off camera, can you name 3 Anthony Hamilton joints?
I can give you 2.
Wait a minute, don't shake your head. Name them. All right, what's the 3?
Charlene.
All right.
I'm Cool.
All right.
And I'm missing one.
That's to me.
That's to me. Oh, okay, perfect.
That's 3. So all right, can we get the 5? Can you get 2 more?
Anthony Hamilton is popping for the older
In the older crowd.
He's still
Wait a
going.
minute, yo.
I
You
personally,
some more older than us?
older than us.
Yeah,
Anthony Hamilton
absolutely.
But he
he's that
came
guy,
out when
yo.
we was younger.
So
He
I
got him.
personally,
Go ahead.
I personally enjoy Music Soul Child. Neo Soul. When I think of Neo Soul, I think of Music Soul Child. There's a couple other artists, but I really think of his music was so impactful that people was like, "What is this genre?" You know what I'm saying? So I think of Neo Soul because of Music Soul Child. I like his songs, I like his music. I don't always play it, but if I was somewhere having a beverage and I was one of his songs was to come on, I'd be like, that's it right
That's
there.
it.
I remember what I was doing when I first heard this Music Soul Child song. Can't quite say the same for Anthony Hamilton, but in the right establishment, right venues. If I'm in a wedding, DJing a wedding, and I play
It's
a
gonna
certain
work.
song,
Anthony Hamilton works every time. It works every time.
Is a
Yeah.
beast.
I'm gonna cry, and when I get in my old man bag, I'm not gonna deny that. But we talking about a versus battle,
So
a celebration of music, and I'm trying to say that Music Soul Child's catalog is gonna trump what Anthony's got so hard that people are not gonna appreciate. You know what I mean? They're not gonna appreciate the way they should, cause only thing people gonna do is go, "Damn, music is that nigga." You know what I'm saying? But if you put music versus like a D'Angelo, it's a real battle. Because first of all, you're gonna start appreciating music more, because you're gonna hear them D'Angelo records. You can be like, "Yo, can't nothing really touch that," and then boom, music gonna be like, "No, I can touch it. I got this," and it's gonna be you're gonna respect them dudes more. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, well, first of all, I feel like D'Angelo is one of the greatest in that genre that you just spoke about. That you talking about one of the creators of neo soul. I feel like Erykah Badu. I feel like
Jill Scott,
D'Angelo, but
D'Angelo, that's fine.
Erykah Badu and D'Angelo predate Jill, so I feel like they kind of was the progenitors, and they was managed by the same guy, and they was on the same label.
Yeah.
So like when you talk about Kadar Massenberg, y'all do your research, do your Googles. He's the one that actually coined the term neo soul, because when he signed both of them, he was like, he had a vision for their sound, and he allowed them to do what they was doing. He actually had them producing with each other and working with each other. And I think there might have been some little intermingling, but we ain't gonna get into that.
Nah, we shouldn't get into
And then out of that came Jill Scott, you know what I'm saying, Anthony Hamilton, because he was doing background vocals, and a bunch of other different artists, including Kim and some other people that I can't remember off the top of my head, but they was all clicked up and doing music together and working together in that time period. And that whole genre kind of came. Bilal is yo, let's do this. Anthony Hamilton versus Bilal. I think that's a gangster little moment. You know what I mean? No disrespect to nobody. So we gonna move on, because dudes is falling asleep and they watching this going, "This is crazy. I don't want to hear about this no more."
That's fine.
So corona vaccine. So now that we have a real doctor in the building, okay, so there's a really prevalent discussion happening, and I'm hoping that we can make a clip out of this. I'll just say real quick. But I hope this is a prevalent discussion that's happening in the hood. Half the hood is saying this is the government trying to control us, and they trying to infect us with, I don't know, but they saying very dumb things. And then there's other people that's like, "God damn, thank God there's a vaccine, so now I can get back to my regular life."
But is it dumb?
So I'm not here to judge nobody's opinion.
Okay.
So let me take that out. What I said, take that out. I'm just saying, you're the doctor and you're black and you got black kids and a black wife. Let's remember that. Your people are black. Your whole situation is black.
So what are you trying to say over there?
Is that he got to be mindful of what he say, because he got black people behind him.
I mean, he's very...
No, stop. Come on, bro. Blackity black today. So can we take the vaccine, and are we going to turn into zombies?
So
Be real. Did you look at the research?
So this is what we're gonna say.
That's right. That's right.
This is what we're gonna say. So your audience is gonna know me as DJ POP,
right?
And we're gonna keep it that way,
right?
But many performing arts artists have a 9 to 5, and so
that's a fact.
My 9 to 5 is in fact in medicine. So you asked the question, did I do the research? Let's answer that question. Yes.
Okay.
But there is still data that's coming out. So what I'm speaking on is for adults right now, right?
Right.
So do I think it's a safe vaccine based on the data that we have right now? The answer is yes. I do feel that it's a safe vaccine.
Okay,
Next
okay.
question. Do I plan on getting the vaccine? I do. Why do I plan on getting the vaccine? In addition to it being a safe vaccine based off of the data that's currently available, in my opinion, we started to show off with, man, COVID has thrown us a curveball. It sure would be great to get back to what we used to do.
Facts.
I do believe that being vaccinated plays a role, maybe not for everybody, but, vaccinations play a role in us getting back to, where we were.
Okay.
So I don't want to be too long-winded, but do I think it's safe? I do. Do I plan on getting it? I do. What about my family? Now let me answer that question. I would like to get the vaccine first, see how I feel first. Let this first wave of people get their vaccine. Who is the first wave going to include? You all know, but it's going to be healthcare workers on front line. It's going to be first responders. It's going to be those in the elderly home. I don't think it's going to be available to the average citizen until sometime in the spring, maybe March or April. And I do think those who got the vaccine first, they will have had 2 doses of the vaccine. By the time April rolls around, I do think we will have some more data, right? Because we said data is still coming in. We'll have some more data that will help us guide whether or not we think it's 1, safe, and then 2, effective. Did these people who got this vaccine, did they end up getting coronavirus, or did they not end up getting coronavirus? Or when they got coronavirus, because you can still get it, you can still get coronavirus even though you got the vaccine. What was their illness like? Were they admitted to the hospital in the ICU on a ventilator versus did they just test positive and they was able to chill at home and quarantine for whatever time they had to? Point is, before I, say a yes or no for my wife, I would like to get it, see how I feel, get my 2 doses, look at everybody else's 2 doses in that group that we talked about, and then advise her. There haven't been any studies yet in children, so I'm going to hold my reservation, I'm a reserve, I should say, my opinion for whether or not children should get the vaccine. In the back of my mind, though, do I think, will children need to be vaccinated to get back in school and stop driving all these parents crazy? I do think it's going to come down to a vaccine.
Yeah, I'll take that.
So what you saying is that you don't believe that the government is secretly inserting chips in people's bodies using the vaccine?
I would say that, I don't think, I think that they could accomplish that a lot easier than a vaccine, whether it's through drinking water, similar to lead poison that we saw in Flint, Michigan. There are other means and methods. They could put it in alcohol that we love to consume. They could put it in e-cigarettes that we love to consume, and weed that we love to consume. So there are ways that if they wanted to, infect our people, specifically African Americans or the U.S. at large, I do think that there would be easier ways that they could accomplish inserting chips or inserting us with tracking devices.
So what you saying right now is that Hennessy is working with the federal government to infect black people.
That's
with,
not at all what he said.
saying.
That's not at all what he said.
What I'm saying is respectfully, our people, because of some of the behaviors we have,
right,
it would be relatively easy for the government to put things in certain substances and certain things if their goal was to do what is, what some people are postulating in the vaccine.
That's something to think about.
Okay, so how big was the check that the government gave you to co-sign the vaccine?
It was slightly less than the money they gave you to invite me on this show.
That's real. That's real. That was real. That was real. That was real.
Hand sanitizer, by the way.
Yeah, I do have some in the room. I got you.
You sure.
That was lit right there. That was super lit. I'm trying to go through all of the, common questions that the ignorant. I'm not gonna say ignorant. That those who are concerned.
They're not ignorant. I'm
trying not to be disrespectful.
No. You're good. And the skepticism that people have is warranted, right? So it's just the history of people of color, and again, I know some people don't like that expression, but I'm going to use it respectfully, is a history of the medical system abusing people of color. So they have, in my opinion, a reason to be skeptical, to have some hesitancy, you know, when they say, all right, take this vaccine, take this vaccine. Vaccine was created by a black woman, right? There's some people like, yo, hold up. Let me do my due diligence. But you got to do your due diligence. You can't, in my opinion, be like, let me do my due diligence. I'm okay with that part. But then, you know, go to, you know, some random website and then be like, I did my due diligence. And, you know,
That's a fact.
And you just have to use, in my opinion, you have to use, you know, just trusted resources. And I will go ahead and say this too. This is the judgy part, but it is the real talk part. If your study habits weren't the best in school, and all of a sudden now you want to be very vocal about something that you're not well informed about, it's very misleading and it is very frustrating, I would say, because, you know, it confuses people. And those who did not like a certain political party for their tactics of trying to confuse so that they could get the outcome that they wanted. If you didn't like that for a certain political party, my recommendation, my ask with a K, my ask is, come on, make sure that you're not guilty of the same thing, because then that's hypocrisy, right? So, you know, if you just out here, you know, spitting what you heard from somebody, and you didn't fact check it, and you just out here just sharing the screenshot that you got, right? In my opinion, that's as guilty as a certain political party putting crazy stuff out here that was trying to, you know, push the election in their favor. That's all. Something to consider.
That's dope. That's hand claps.
I love it.
He just hit y'all with a haymaker.
I love it.
All of those people, let's go, yo. Do some real research, and we ain't talking about the top 3 lines on Google after you do the search.
That's right.
How about trying to legitimize your search? All right. We're gonna try to work through this, yo. Let's just say right this POP. You cannot be a part of this, all right? Only because
I can't be a part of it?
No, not this question.
All right.
Because the reason why is because you make us look bad. All right,
Stop it.
for real.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Do you consider yourself a marriable black man out here? So, Kevin Samuels posted something and said that women have stated a large contingent of black women have stated that there are not enough marriable black men in the world. Period.
Well, that can go 2 ways.
So hold up, Pill. Answer the question first. Do you consider yourself a marriable black man?
Define a marriable black man.
Thank you for asking that question, and that's why you my dog. I'm going to answer the question. I'm going to give you my opinion.
Thank you.
You are of sound mind and body.
Okay.
You are self-sustaining.
Okay.
All right. You fulfill your agreements with individuals that you have,
Okay.
meaning that you honor and respect your relationships
Yep.
and the agreements within those, you know what I mean, whatever they may be.
Yep.
And let's see. What else would I say?
So
I mean, essentially, that it's in my opinion, those are the only elements that are necessary to be a marriable black man. However,
So
I'm
I'm
quite sure that women have a way longer list that I've just missed it out on like 10 or 15 elements.
I'm gonna
So go ahead.
I'm gonna take that question out of your hands and give it to POP. Him being a married black man, what do you define a marriable black man?
First of all, bro, if you let him answer, we fucked.
That's fine. I need to know.
No. You don't understand, yo. This nigga is highly successful. When you talk about the definition of a marriable man, like, yo, I still know chicks that's drooling over this nigga to this day.
He
For
can
real, like,
he can still give you the blueprint.
yo, he is an unfair definition of.
Stop it.
I don't even want to be compared to this dude for real. Like, it
so-
sucks balls, bro.
So this is what I would say.
Here we go.
You know, when you get married, they use biblical scripture, and a common biblical scripture includes, or just the description of equally yoked, right?
Right.
And so somebody has to ask, what does that mean? Well, it depends on the young lady, right? So you're right. What is a marriable man? But it's what that young lady is seeking, right? And so, in my opinion, most women like men who are consistent. So consistency. If there's one word that I could put out there to the men who are in search of a marriable woman, the thing that makes you the man marriable, consistency.
Okay.
Women, from my understanding, are definitely into what I call who have, I'm trying to keep my 9 to 5 job as well, so that's what the hesitation and pause is. But who can satisfy them in the bedroom, right?
Mm-hmm. There you go. There you go.
Who
Performance ready. Let's use that.
Performance ready.
There you go.
Who put effort and take initiative, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he is my effort. They like food, like so they like a man who can,
Cool.
he doesn't have to necessarily cook, but at least provide food.
Okay. Okay.
And in medicine we like mnemonics, and mnemonics help you remember, certain things, potentially help you. So I kind of call it the alphabet, and A, B, and then I do C, D, E, F, right? So the A and B can stand for all beautiful women. So A, B for all beautiful women, right?
Okay.
And then the C is going to stand for consistency.
Right.
D is going to be for satisfies them in the bedroom.
Okay. Give them the D.
E is going to be effort, and
all right.
Putting that effort in there. F is going to be could provide good food and funny, right? So the F is also funny. So food and funny. I think that's kind of like your formula. Kevin Samuels is big on men who can provide, or who have stable income, right? And women like a man. I believe women like a man who does have stability, and who does have income. Suppose a man does not have that regular 9 to 5. The next question is, what is his hustle like, right? If we was to keep going through letters, I think we skip G, but then we get to H. H would be, who has some hustle to him, right?
How about we say G is being gentlemanly?
Let's make G gentlemanly, right?
Boom. That little bit of class. I would say when you say gentlemanly, that means you are a man with class.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
I think that's dope, and I mean these are nuggets, right? So we got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So we just kind of put it out there like that, which I think is dope. But those are the things. But I would say one thing that we haven't put in there, that is important to a lot of women is they want a man. This is real talk. They want a man who's not going to cheat, who's not going to dog them, right? And is that possible? It's definitely possible. Yep. I think with the right woman.
I agree and disagree at the same time, and I want to add another G on. So and I'm gonna use the term gangster, but not in the historical terminology. I don't want to say that women want men that are a part of gang organizations, but women want men that are aggressive, that are steadfast, and are strong. And normally the people that we pride ourselves to try to be like the most in gangs are those type of individuals. Those men that are strong, steadfast, they stand on their own 10 toes. They don't put up with no trash. And they willing to thrash somebody if it comes between them and their community and them and their family.
Absolutely.
And that is something that every woman that I know, they are really attracted to that. Like,
if
women
I was a woman, that's what I would want. And I mean, whether you pause or no pause, if I was a woman, those are the things I would want. I want somebody who can provide and who can protect, right? That's what it comes down to. That's like, bare bone essentials. We in the wilderness. Yo, are you about to catch that fox, that raccoon, and can you protect me from that bear, right? Those are the essentials, and then it kind of like builds on that. The other thing would be, what's your leadership skills like, right? So can I count on you to lead this family, or, am I the woman who, especially if it's black woman, who has a history of taking charge, making a way out of no way, $1 out of 15 cents, so on and so forth, right? That's her history. That's in her fabric. That's in her genetics, right? I can lead as a black woman, but do I want to? Do I want to have to do that, right? I would like to be able to lean on you, black man or man or whatever, I would like to be able to lean on you for you to be able to do that stuff, right? For you to be able to lead our family, for you to be a mentor to our kids. I want my kids to look at their father and me, the mother, not say, "Oh, that's a sorry sucker that I hooked up with," right? So I think those things make a marriable man. If I'm a guy watching this, I'm like, well, yo, y'all just described somebody who's perfect. Nobody's perfect. I agree, nobody's perfect, but I do think we as men, and this ain't to male bash or nothing like that, we as men simply have to, be the best versions of us. We should strive to be the best versions of us. We should check our behaviors. If we know we got some demons, we all got demons. We should try to, make sure we moving in such a way that we don't activate those demons. So if I know Hennessy or whatever makes me act a certain way, crazy, belligerent, obnoxious, makes me cheat, makes me do whatever, I probably need to, pace myself when I'm going out and make sure I don't OD on that. So
that's a fact. I also encourage every guy, and I know this gonna sound, crazy, but it's real. Like, mentorship is so important, and even in when you ready to settle down or you ready to grow up and be more of a man and be more of a family person, it's nothing more effective than trimming your circle and bringing in people like, and I'll give you a prime example. If I'm trying to be a faithful man, hang around faithful dudes. You know what I mean? Hang around married men. If you want to be married or if you want to have a more stable lifestyle, because, like, dudes that are really married or really have, really have, like, their girl been around 10 years, they got a routine. Yep. And they going to help you understand, bro. Like, we not out here just freestyling stuff every day. It's like, yo, bro, I got to be home by a certain time. I got to do this. I got to do that. Like, we all got routines. And if you want to come and be a part of this, people don't mind you coming in and pulling a coattail, but you got to start conforming. Cause like any kind of like especially when it comes down to women, when women see kind of dudes coming into the circle that look like they a little hectic or out of the box, they're gonna be like, yo, get rid of him, because it's like, yo, we got a stable situation. Y'all should not be afraid of that. And you can't get mad if you meet a dude that he married and you're like, oh, yo, so you domesticated now? Like, no, bro, I got it together. I feel like a problem with a lot of our young men is that they look at stability as weak, or as you gave up, or it's like, no, bro, I actually got it together more than you do. You might be stacking up a lot of bread, but guess what? You blowing it just as fast. You know what I mean? And because I'm not showing my bread don't mean I ain't got it. Well, it just means my priorities are different.
And then stability doesn't just have to be I got money. Stability is I take care of my kids. I take care of my bills. I can do everything else that you want me to do. I can take care of you. I can provide for you. I can cook for you. I can clean. I can do, that's stability in a different sense, not just financially.
I mean, yeah, on top, you know what I mean? Those are stable elements, you know what I mean? And then the mental components of when you're dealing with, what do they call it? Conflict within a relationship, or you dealing with relationship issues, having men who are level-headed, who have been through it before.
Yep.
And you sit down at the table and say, man, this is what's going on. Ain't no dude gonna be like, yo, smash your windows or go, go shag a girlfriend. Like, that's the furthest thing from my mindset. The first thing we gonna do is be like, what did you do?
Facts.
How are you holding yourself accountable? What's going on with her? Let's have a discussion. All right, what's been going on for the last 3-4 weeks? What's been going on for the last few months? What's going on with the family? Because there's a lot of, like, issues aren't always just that moment. A lot of times things are symptoms of other things.
So
go ahead.
No. And this ain't to cut you off, but to tie into that, therapy, right?
Ooh, big.
That's
my main proponent.
Again, if I were a woman seeking a marriable man, to me, it would have to be a man who is, this word is going to sound crazy, but coachable, right? But
very much so.
But then, if I'm a dude, I'm like, well, you're coachable. You ain't trying to mold me. I ain't going to let you mold me. But even more so than that, it is, are you as a man willing to go to therapy? Right. Why do we need to go to therapy specifically as black men? Well, there is a lot of trauma that we as young black men that we don't even know that we've experienced. So imagine you've been through some stuff, but you don't even know you've been through some stuff. So seeing someone get murdered, right? I'm not saying some black guys are gonna be like, what you mean I've been through something, like I ain't been raped, I ain't been X, Y, and Z, which is fine, that's true. But a lot of us have just witnessed, whether it's violence, whether it's abuse, whether it's like verbal abuse, because we grew up in a household where, you know, the communication style was like this, but we just witnessed stuff, never really had a chance to talk about it. We as men usually don't naturally talk about that stuff. The point is, we either keep it in bottled, and when we're in our relationship, sometimes when we get into a hairy situation and it's time to communicate, we communicate abrasively. So the point is this, you know, my experience is, you know, went through therapy. I was reluctant to go a little bit, but went to therapy, and this is individual therapy that I'm talking about right now, and realized that things that I thought, you know, were my faults, realized they weren't necessarily faults. It's just, you know, who I was. So it was almost a great thing because it, you know, let me know that, no, you good, you straight, whatever. But it allowed me to become a better communicator. I believe I became a better communicator because I listened, and taught me how to listen. And I think we in our community, we're excited to get our point across. And when I say our community, I'm talking about men right now.
Right.
We're excited to get our point across, but we don't always receive the message from the young lady, which is, hey, you know, the reason I'm zapping out on you over these dishes, this young lady, the reason I'm zapping out over your dishes because of, you know, X, Y, Z. You know, we don't hear that. We just want to come back and say, I've been working hard all day. I've been at construction job site all day, picking people up at 6 a.m, dropping them off at 7 p.m. at night. You know, I ain't got time to do no dishes after you just cooked this meal for me, whatever, you know. But we don't hear her exhaustion of, hey, I've been with these kids all day with this virtual schooling all day, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I just want to go lay down, and, you know, you think you could just knock this out for me, you know what I'm saying? We want to let her know. So what's the point? I think somewhere in that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. We got the H. We're going to skip some letters. We might come back. We're going to skip some letters, get to T. I think therapy, being open to going to therapy, in my opinion, it would be very helpful for specifically black men, because I think we all carry a little baggage with us.
And to touch on ABC, I'm gonna go put a slash in C and say communicate, because we gotta learn how to communicate, and that's both sides of the ball.
Hey, and I'm gonna add on to that. Communication doesn't mean you telling people something and you not listening.
Right.
Communication requires you being able to say something, but you also being able to listen and comprehend. So listen isn't just, all right, you stop talking, let me talk. Like, no, did you take in what they said?
Did you hear what I said?
You know what I mean? Do you understand what they said?
And
like,
then another slash next to that, because after you communicate, now we got to compromise.
There we go.
I mean, yeah. But you know what? I feel like is a huge component. If you don't know yourself and you don't know what you need and you don't know what your life requires, you can't compromise. Because you don't know what you can give and what you can take. That's like saying how you going to strike deal. That's like saying how you going to negotiate a record deal. You don't even know what you need to make the record.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't even know. Do you know how much studio time costs? You know how much the producer costs?
Well,
you know how much the engineer costs? Do you know how much money you need to survive from day to day, from the time period to start, from the time you sign that contract to the time that album come out? Do you know how much money you need to maintain your lifestyle so you can do what you got to do? And once again, it comes down to understanding who you are, what your life requires, what you individually require, which actually goes back into therapy, but also for you to really, really understand your life, so that way when you do have those conversations, you can communicate what that person needs. You can communicate with, you can communicate what you need. You can communicate what you want. And then you can have a realistic conversation of, can that person provide those things for you? And can you provide for that person?
Right.
Do you have the mental capacity, the financial capacity, the physical capacity to provide for that person? As much as people might try to vilify Kevin Samuels, I feel like that straight shooter conversation cuts through the pleasantries that women use. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, ladies, but I'm just being honest. Women utilize pleasantries a lot of time to mask the real conversation, because they want you to try to find nice ways to do. And it's like, sometimes we ain't got time to get your look. Let's cut through all of the BS. What do you need? What do I need? What can I provide? What can I not provide? Let's make it happen. And if it's not, then let's cut this short and go. And I feel like a lot of women are not willing to do that for themselves. And the point he be trying to make is, you're trying to get this guy all the way up here that don't want you, but there's 1,000 guys here that would adore you and treat you like a queen if you'd only allow them.
So I
Go ahead.
blame the Love and Hip Hops and the Housewives
Oh
show.
yeah.
Hold up, bro. We'll give you a hand clap, bro. You just did that. Let's go.
I blame that. But it's gonna go both ways. But I blame the women for believing that is everyday lifestyle. That's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to meet up with your friends, get drinks, get appetizers, then drive away in your foreign car, then go home to your big house and not work. When I watch those shows, and I watch them a whole bunch, so I haven't watched them a whole bunch recently. When they first came out, I was a groupie like a lot of the other people, but I don't remember seeing a whole bunch of people working on those shows. Somebody might say, well, no, you see Rashida working in the store in Housewives Atlanta, and then, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. You see, you do see some, the artists who are rapping, and those who perhaps, I don't know if any of them were strippers or not, but, you might see them in a club or whatever. So some people would argue back, well, no, you see some of them working, but the jobs that the women who are seeking the high earners, I don't see them doing those jobs. And the point I'm making simply is, I think when we see something over and over and over again, we get conditioned to think that, that's normal. So what's the point? I think there are some women who think that is normal and then seek a man who could provide that for them. I said it goes both ways. I think there are some guys that see these shows or see twerk videos and they see big bottom ladies and they start to think that's the norm. So then that is who they get attracted to. Oh, I want that. So it leads them to do certain things, go to a club and spend an exorbitant amount of money or cheat on a faithful woman, because he's got an opportunity with, a lady with a big bottom. It's kind of like, it goes both ways. He sees in every video, his favorite rapper with somebody who's thick, right? He's like, oh, I got to have somebody who's thick. And, I think, again, it goes both ways. Women want a man that makes a lot of money. Men want some thick goddess, model looking, stripping looking,
I really
Megan
don't
Thee
need
Stallion, WAP having.
I don't want it.
That's what they seek, right? So we're both guilty of it. But, it's sad because it's going to leave a lot of people who are in the middle, which is most people who miss each other's blessing, chasing something that was fake to begin with.
Facts.
Hold on, broski.
Facts.
But at the end of the day, sir, you married you a chocolate hottie out here, bruh. You ain't married a 6. You married an 8.
You talking to me?
I'm talking to you, nigga.
Yo, I married at 10.
You married.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, hold on. Hey, class out here.
There you go.
Look, I didn't mean no disrespect. Hey, fam, don't even do that shit. All right. I was just trying to be. Hey, I'm trying to be out here with the respect out here.
No.
But I'm saying you did marry a 10. But the point I'm saying is, she not out here dropping it on the pole, but she got mad businesses. She not sitting around. She not chilling. She hustling.
Yep.
She got the day job and the night job. Not the night job. She got the day job and the business. You know what I mean? And she's swinging the kids around at the same time. Like, she out here killing it, bro. Like,
and
you a good guy. You got a couple of dollars, yo.
So the way I would look at it as, I value myself as a certain spot. So I'll put it to you this way. I have a rule that's called the 5% rule. Okay. And I've always had this rule. Mm-hmm. Crazy, which is I want my girlfriend, to be in the top 5%, or you can look at it as the 95% rule, which means they look better than 95 other people. So out of 100 people, if you had to take 5 people and put them over here, I want somebody that's going to be in that 5, right? Which is, somebody might say, he's a hypocrite. He was just saying, yo, get somebody that you're equally yoked with, right?
Nah,
so
but you in the top 5%.
I'm going to make sure I'm in the
Negroes.
top. I'm going to make sure I'm in the top 5%. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Doctor, hot DJ, super hot DJ.
So, my recommendation is, if that's what you seek, just make sure you equally yoked with them, and give my shorty a shout out. Somebody who I've been rocking with as friends first since high school, continued the friendship through college, and at the end of college.
That's right.
We started, we decided, and she kind of put me on blast. This is where I had a shortcoming. It was like, yo, I kind of wanted to do me, and she's like, no, if you want to be with me, you need to be with me right now. You need to, make it official, whatever. And so that was my time to say, bet, I think you're that dope that, I'm going to make it official with you. And so we were boyfriend, girlfriend for a little bit, engaged. She was ready to leave me because I was extending that boyfriend, girlfriend for way too long, engaged, and now we've been married for a minute. So we're not perfect.
Married for almost 10 years, nigga.
No.
How long y'all been married? No, y'all been married for a good long time, bro.
Yo, 13 years, yo.
See, that's what I'm saying.
13 years, yo.
Over 10 years. 13. Damn, it's been that long.
It's not long,
Damn,
yo.
they getting old out this bitch, man. I'm telling you, man, these gray hairs is a motherfucker.
Yo.
Go ahead, I'm listening, sir. Go ahead.
No. So, again, I respect everybody that likes what they like. I'm not telling anybody who to like. The Kevin Samuels guy you mentioned, I do think he keeps it real. Some of his podcasts I like, some of them I don't like. But when I saw him interviewed, he's a sharp brother. He's very smart, and I know he's dope. And again, I think there's a reason his format is the way it is. I think it draws people in.
That's a fact. All right, Jay-Z releases high-end marijuana brand.
That's right.
They're saying single roll joints are starting at $50.
Say less.
Y'all good with that?
Yes.
So you about to go out and buy you the $50 Jay-Z blunt?
Yes.
Okay, something wrong with you.
Without a doubt.
Okay. Mr. P.O.P., is there any...
Another stream of wealth for the young man. Congratulations to him.
You don't feel like high-end medical marijuana is the thing for the future?
You know what? I definitely think that, there's a market for it. It's not my thing, but I think there's a market for it. And, if you could find a way to position yourself into a stream of money that is already a stream of money. And, I think he did something brilliant.
Good job.
Okay. All right. So the B-Dot has the list of the best rappers of 2020 pill.
That's my fault.
Can you wake up for a second, bro?
I was supposed to send that to you.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Don't send it to me now.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna
just
read
run
it
down
to
the
you.
list.
Yeah, absolutely. So you want me to go from 10 to 1 or 1
yes,
to 10?
Yes, please. 10 to 1, please.
Okay, so at number 10, according to B-Dot, Stove God Cooks.
Nah, get the fuck out of here.
Okay,
Next.
and then at number 9 would be Lil Wayne.
Fuck out of here.
Number 8 is Drake.
Okay, I'm with that.
Number 7 is Nas.
I'm with that.
Number 6 is Lil Baby.
I'm with that.
Number 5 is Big Sean.
Fuck out of here.
Number 4 is Russ.
Fuck out of here.
Number 3 is Benny the Butcher.
There we
go. The Butcher, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is Conway the Machine.
Let's go.
And number 1 is Freddie Gibbs.
Okay, so all right, let me ask you this question.
10 best rappers of
B-Dot,
2020. Let's clarify.
Yo, I know who you are, B-Dot.
Uh-oh.
Why the fuck?
Oh my God, relax.
It's not the whole Griselda in there. Like, yo, you got Conway, you got Benny, but you ain't put my dog in there, bro. Like, we not gonna put the fly guard in there, bitch. We not gonna do that. Come on, bro. Why we not gonna do that? Like, why we not gonna put the fly guard in there? Like, that's crazy. That's number 1. Number 2 thing, I feel like crazy album this year. It was a couple of crazy albums that came out, but like,
agreed.
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but I can't. But yeah, like even if we're gonna do that, I'm gonna put Killer Mike. Why can't Killer Mike fall in that top 10?
Top 20? I mean, top 10
top
of 2020?
in the top 10. Yeah, I'm saying we can move Russ. You trying to tell me that Russ is a better rapper than Killer Mike?
Is that
what we saying?
Did Killer Mike release an album in 2020?
Yo, Run the Jewels 3 came out this year, bro. Or was it Run the Jewels 4? It might have been Run the Jewels 4.
You're right.
So like, there's a bunch of stuff that came out this year. We need to be really a little bit more conscious of what's going on when we start having these conversations. And I'm not trying to disrespect nobody, but then the God Busta Rhymes dropped this year too, bro. So like, you gonna put Russ over Bus? Come on, bro. Let's not do that. Let's not be disrespectful.
It was just so long.
Nah, but we talking about best lyricist. He said best lyricist.
No, he said best. Let me do that one more time. Just for my best rappers of 2020.
So, all right.
Not lyricists,
okay. We're not going to say best rapper. So you feel like Russ in 2020 is a better rapper than Busta Bus?
Nah, I disagree.
So then why is that name even on this list?
You got to ask B-Dot,
bruh. B-Dot, bruh. Come on, man. Let's get this right, bro. It was a lot of dudes that came out this year. Honestly, I feel like Lil Baby should have been a higher up. Lil Baby should have been in that top 5 for real. Lil Baby really showed a lot of growth.
I just got into Little Baby.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not into Little Baby at all. But like when the streets get to screaming the way they've been screaming this year,
Yeah.
and then how we not gonna put no female MCs on here? So you're not even gonna put my girl. You're not gonna put what's her name?
Cardi?
No, not Cardi. Cause Cardi ain't dropped. I mean, she dropped WAP, but I mean, she ain't dropped no album.
Megan.
Yo, Megan deserves to be somewhere, not in the top 5, but you can put her closer to like 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? That she deserved that. But even Shorty, that's what Rock Nation. Not Meg, but the MC chick. Nah, not Sweetie.
No, MC chick.
She with Knife Wonder. Damn, I forgot her name. No, I mean, no disrespect, mama. I apologize, but like she just came out with some stuff this year. Dope MC, female MC. It was crazy this year. There was a dude. I'm sorry, there was a female rapper that dropped something dissing J. Cole early this year. Her name was No Name. Like people was all on her neck. She did a bunch of things that was cracking. But even if we wanted to take it to Saweetie put in great performances this year. What about the dude Toboawi or whatever, the like African dude that went to Harvard that started rapping and doing crazy music? Right. You trying to tell me that he's not one of the greatest, one of the illest dudes that came out this year? Yo, my guy came out this year. With Jay-Z did an album. What is his name, dog? I can't remember his name. But he had a dope album this year. Did some dope stuff. So I don't know. Now, I mean, I just really wanted to talk about that for a second. That's fine. Sir, did you want to add something real quick so we can get in and out of this segment?
No, we're good.
Alrighty then. So now comes our next segment, 10 questions with DJ POP.
Yeah, let's get it.
Normally I would have questions that everybody would be able to answer, but you are too much of a celebrity. I got these questions are specifically for you because none of us can answer these questions. What are the most common issues that you have when you're dealing with patients? What is the most common like thing that comes up? It's like, damn, yo, you got a cold. That's my 15th cold this week. Or like, damn, yo, you got like ass rash, like, you know what I mean? How much dookie you got in your pamper?
Your ignorance is not appreciated.
Crazy, right?
I'm sorry, I apologize. I ain't mean to curse or say nothing.
So viruses number 1 for kids, rashes number 2 for kids. So you on it. In this area, asthma number 3.
Really, asthma is a big thing. Now, let me ask you this question: is that hereditary, or is that because of the environment that we live in, or whatever, that it becomes a thing?
Yeah, it's both. So if asthma runs in the family, there's a chance that you, the child, might inherit, so to speak. You're at higher risk of getting asthma. What is asthma? Your lungs are just very sensitive. I reference seasonal allergies. So asthma, seasonal allergies, eczema, they all run as a 3-pack. Doesn't mean if you have one, you get all 3, but if you have one, you're at increased risk for the other ones. Seasonal allergies, we all know that, if you come in contact with whatever your trigger is, let's say it's pollen. So I inhale some pollen on a spring day, my eyes might itch or turn red, my nose might run, I might sneeze, I might cough, might get a scratchy throat. Those are seasonal allergy symptoms, right? Asthma is the same thing except it's your lungs. So whatever your trigger is, whether it's cold weather, whether it's cigarette smoke, whether it's exertional, so I've been working out, whatever your trigger is, you encounter your trigger, well, now your airway starts to squeeze, mucus starts to produce, then you start coughing, shortness of breath, you get the wheezing, now you need 2 puffs of your albuterol. Here in Baltimore, it is both. 1, it runs in the family, and 2, there's a lot of environmental triggers. You imagine you live in a city, if it's mice, if it's roaches, not to say people are dirty or anything, I'm not saying that, but these are just things that are common in city developments, tight living quarters. Everybody smells like weed, everybody smells like nicotine, you got carpet in the house, you got plants in the house with dust. All of those things contribute to your asthma. So that would be something else that we see. It's kind of day in, day out pediatrics.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I genuinely had these questions, and I was like, oh, let's get an opportunity to question. All right, most common song requested while DJing. Do you remember?
Probably, when things were shutting down. Beyonce is before I Let Go is popular, so probably that.
It was.
That's the thing that comes, and it depends where you DJing. That's another part, right? So, where did I DJ? A little bit of Baltimore, a little bit of DC, a little bit in between. DC, everybody's requesting Afro beats and soca.
Really?
Afro beats and soca if you're in
Wow.
DC. So one might think it would be go-go. You might get a go-go request here and there, but you get somebody asking you to play Afro beat and soca. Here in Baltimore, they love, trap music, right? So Gucci, Lil Baby, NBA Youngboy, great artists. And then I like everything in between. So based off of my age, I grew up with the Jay-Z and, music of the 90, late 90s, 2000s, 2010s or whatever, all of that. But Beyonce, to answer your question.
Okay, that's dope. Super dope. Why did you decide to become a doctor? What inspired you to go into medicine?
Yeah, so love for science, love helping people, service oriented. I wanted to do something with service, and even DJing. I look at it as a service opportunity. I look at service as a reflection, as a gift from God, ability to help others. So whatever it is, whether it's working in a retail store, which is where I got my start, working at Champ Sports, selling shoes in the Gap. Or treating patients, or putting a song on that somebody wants to hear, make them feel better for that 3-4 hours that they at the venue.
Well, there's 1,000 ways you can be of service to somebody and not have to touch them or see them naked. So, there's got to be something that was your father in the medicine, or
parents are both. Mother a teacher, father is work for the government, but he was the plug to help disabled veterans, specifically with behavioral health, psychiatric issues, and fought in Vietnam specifically, plugged them in with counseling resources. So he was kind of like, oh, bet you've been through this, let me hook you up. He himself a veteran. He himself been through trauma, shot, wounded veteran, Purple Heart. And so basically would get veterans connected with the mental health resources they needed.
And you being a young guy, are you trying to say as far back as childhood, it was kind of like, yo, I'm gonna be a doctor, I'm gonna help people?
Being
or was
a doctor was Plan B. Plan A was.
Wait a minute, what was Plan A?
Plan A was being, every so often you'll hear a helicopter buzzing over Baltimore. One of those is a police helicopter, right? Well, I wanted to be. There's another helicopter flying a little higher, and it's usually landing on a bad accident scene on the highway, picking up a patient and then going to, Johns Hopkins or shock trauma. And so I wanted to be a trauma helicopter pilot, picking up people badly mangled who needed care and, get them to the hospital. And that's what I wanted. That was Plan A. And that couldn't happen when the Plan B come into play. 11th grade year, I started wearing reading glasses. Back then, you had to have 20/20 vision to be a pilot. So I couldn't be a pilot no more for the way I wanted to be one. And so Plan B was science and medicine.
So you're comfortable with blood squishing out everywhere, and then what I mean?
I don't like that. I like staying fresh and clean.
I was gonna say, if you doing a helicopter, you they all mangled up and messed up.
I'm the pilot. I'm flying it, so I'm not seeing that in the back.
That's
what about
all right, now everybody get out and help the person in need.
In my day to day, there's different types of doctors, and so I'm not around no whole bunch of anymore. I'm not around a whole bunch of.
So in life, have you taken flight classes or plan to take flight classes and things like that?
No, the craziest thing happened when I proposed. It was on a helicopter, and I hated it. I hated being on the helicopter. So here I am.
Oh, wow.
Here I am my whole life wanting to be a helicopter pilot. That's my passion. And then, when I was going through, the proposal, it was on a helicopter in Jersey, and it was a small prop plane, a prop helicopter that flies around the city a couple times and then lands. And, I was so uncomfortable. Now, somebody could argue, well, that was just because you were just nervous and having cold feet about proposing. I don't think it was that. I just didn't feel comfortable up there. I was like, yo, this kind of mad weird, so on and so forth. So long story short, I'm thankful that I didn't pursue that, because I might have got to it and been like, oh, yo, this is crazy.
Word.
This is crazy.
So, you actually kind of answer why you don't want to become a surgeon because you're not really a biggest fan of blood being everywhere.
Who said I didn't want to become a surgeon? Surgery is cool. The lifestyle of surgery is a little crazy. So you know, you just have to.
What do you mean by it's a little crazy? Describe. I mean, and I know you don't mean it in the literal sense, but what about it makes it so different from your current profession?
The hours are crazy. So with surgery, usually get into the hospital very early. The first surgical case for anybody who's ever had surgery, they probably tell you don't eat after midnight and show up to the hospital mad early. That's because they get cracking usually by 7 a.m. They're in the OR cutting, which means you got to be at the hospital at 6 a.m. You've probably already rounded and seen some patients prior before you go into the OR. So, that's a tough lifestyle. You probably get into the hospital again around 6 a.m. And a surgery ends when a surgery ends. Surgeries don't end at 5 p.m. You know what I'm saying? So if you in the surgery and something goes crazy, you still in that surgery.
You in there.
So, it's it ends when it ends. So you could be in there all day and then have to, get up and do the same thing the next day. They get very well compensated. And I think they deserve it. It takes a hit on their families. So I did not, knowing that, I did not want that.
And your mental space.
Yeah.
Okay, why did you decide to throw your life away by becoming a DJ?
Wow.
Yo. So
this was a joke, but
Shots fired,
the shorter
bro.
question is, why did you decide to become a DJ? But I just did. I was a little petty.
Yeah. So if I saw something on TMZ recently where a DJ was selling his home for like $8.5 million, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so DJs get it, right? So of course JS1 was joking, right? But always wanted to be a DJ. Going back to high school, couldn't afford it. Techniques cost $1,000, right? So you had to have two of them. And if I'm not mistaken, a Technique 1200, you could probably get it used for $500, but that's just one. You gotta get two of them.
Facts.
Doesn't include the mixer. Doesn't include the record. So
it doesn't include the holding case. It doesn't include the physical records, the crates, all of the cables, the speakers, the sound system. So I'll go back to my statement: thousands of dollars.
Yep. And so I literally couldn't afford it. Parents were kind enough to let me, break their stuff, their needles and stuff like that, right? But always wanted to, couldn't afford it. And, because of technology, probably in the mid 2000s, mid 2015 or whatever, mid 2010s, it was a way to have DJ stuff hook up to either your MP3 files and then, everything became digital, you know what I'm saying? And
a little cheaper, a little easier.
Cheaper, easier, and that's why we was talking before. What's a real DJ, right? It made DJing accessible to someone like myself who didn't have these crates of wax records or vinyl records, right? And so I'm thankful for it. So I've always been in love with DJing, always been in love with music. Was a drummer as a teenager, and so it's been my passion, and thankful to have the opportunity to do it now.
Word. How do you maintain? And this is a personal question. How do you maintain a happy life with a full-time career, DJing, a wife, the wife's business, the wife's full-time job, 2 kids, a family, an active IG page, an active Facebook page, and still have friends? Like, how the hell do you maintain? How do you juggle all of that? It from the outside looking in from the IG page, it's like, and then the kids is like got big wheels and they riding through, and I'm like,
it's good that you said that. Look, right, so this goes back to earlier we was talking about COVID helps you put some stuff in perspective. COVID was definitely a reset button for me. And now that I got all those things and as kids are getting older, I've had to reflect, how much time, do I put into DJing? Currently not DJing right now. Parties, still do some stuff, very small amount of stuff virtually or whatever, and then some stuff on IG. But the point is, it's going to be interesting to see what 2021 looks like, 2022 looks like, in terms of me going back to DJing. I'll never forget a little small event I did, a little house party I did in earlier this year. And I was always running late to parties, whatever. And so I'm running, get my stuff, trying to leave the house so that I'm not showing up too late. And my son was like, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, look." And I looked, and inside our house, he was riding a bike on, a tricycle, a bike with training wheels, that is.
Right.
And he was pumped because this was his first time for real, first or second time riding a bike, and he just wanted to show me. He wanted to show his best friend, like, "Yo, look what I could do."
Look what I do.
And then here I am trying to bust out the door to get to this party, and I felt horrible because here I am at that moment. I'm putting this person's party who paid me whatever they paid me, but it wasn't what I got paid. To me, was not more value than my son being excited about riding a bike for the first or second time. And so, I swear to you, I was at that party, like, in my feelings, like, yo, what's going on here, right? So I got to reevaluate some stuff. So you got to prioritize, you got to balance, and then you got to be okay saying no. One of the things Pill is known for is being Mr. Nice Guy. That rubbed off on me. I'm Mr. Nice Guy, so sometimes it's hard to say no. But, with all those things that you mentioned, I think it's important to be comfortable saying no. Unfortunately, I can't do your party. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's I'm glad to have people like Pill, a couple other DJs who bailed me out, and I'm able to pass it their way, and hopefully they're able to knock it out.
Okay. I'm gonna switch it up, and then we're gonna get back to the DJing. Yo, like a month or two ago, you posted something on IG. I wasn't expecting to see this.
What's that?
It was crazy. I was chilling. You know what I mean? Content starved because I consume a lot of media. And I was like, yo, you posted something about some comedian guy. I never heard of this guy.
Yeah,
never seen nothing my whole life. I was like, yo, you was like, my guy. I was, you know what I mean? He got a new stand-up. And I'm like, a stand-up?
Right.
And he was like, yo, you can get on Amazon Prime. I'm like, Amazon Prime? I'm like, what is this? It came so left field. You know what I mean? But because, and this is something that you should be proud of, like, I respect your opinion, and I respect, because you don't frivolously just post anything.
I appreciate that.
So when you post something and you be like, yo, my guy, you need to watch this, I said, well, shit, if my dog, because you never post stuff like that. So when you was like, this comedian, you need to check him out, I immediately went, I did my research. Oh, all right, how much is it? $6.99? I just went and bought it. Boom, right in the moment. And then I'm like, I just put it away, and I was like, I'm gonna watch it later. I know it wasn't a Friday when you promoted it, but I know I didn't watch it until Friday. But I got my popcorn.
Yeah.
I got me some ribs. You know what I mean? And I sat and I put my feet up.
Yeah.
Yo, I had the best time watching that.
Man,
bro.
I appreciate that, brother.
I cried laughing, bro, and I felt so much pride. And I ended up going under this man's comment section and telling him how much not only did I have a great time watching it, but I had so much pride as a black person because he really brought Baltimore culture, Baltimore lifestyle into that stand-up. Even just having the bench with the Charm City on it and all of that. You know what I mean? He was genuinely funny. He was relatable. He was just a great guy in general, but then he was funny.
Yo, he's funny as I don't know what. Shout out to Jason Weems, comedian from Baltimore. He's got the special is called Unknown. It's on Amazon. It's on, I think,
Amazon Prime.
On Amazon Prime.
So you can stream it for free if you have Amazon Prime, but also it's for sale for $6.99.
Yeah.
And I think it's $5.99 or $4.99 if you want to rent it. But I suggest everybody support an independent black man. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, that project was super dope. He and his wife, her name is Dion Weems. They got Dion is in charge of what's called the Audacity Group. Just all Baltimore. These are people who left their high-paying 9-to-5 jobs, who said, "Yo, we're going to do something Baltimore hasn't had done before," which was Baltimore artists, African American talent, everything from the film crew to makeup artists to the DJ to opening act to. It was filmed here at Center Stage, downtown Baltimore. And it was fly, man. It was so dope. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you watch it. Thank you for bringing it up. But, I thought it was amazing the way that it was done.
And you were in it. Not only was you DJing, but he ended up working you into his set.
Yo.
Which I thought was dope. But go ahead.
That was amazing. I didn't know he was going to do that or whatever. But, he worked me into the set. That joint was fire. And it was a good, man. And for a DJ, something we didn't say about DJs, and again, I love DJs. DJs like control, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They like controlling the pulse, the tempo, the speed, you know, the vibe, the energy, right?
I agree with that.
And so the reason that was cool to me was because having a chance to do that for a very diverse audience. So it wasn't a whole bunch of just young black people or whatever. Nope. This was white people from the Baltimore Sun, from the city, you know, who know Jason's work. Jason's been on Last Comic Standing, so a lot of people know him from NBC. He might have been even on another comedy show on HBO, so he's known. And so this was like just a different audience, and then, you know, which is a challenge to me. What music do I play that kind of brings everybody together? And so, wonderful opportunity. Appreciate Jason, appreciate Dion for that opportunity.
Definitely, man. I need you to do me a favor because I DM'd him and he hit me back to say thank you, but then I'm like, yeah, bro, I need that interview.
Yo.
And then he just left it on red.
Yo, red.
So I'm a little I'm not offended, but I was like, yo, I'm gonna have to call my dog
we can make that happen.
I need to bring him. He needs to be on this couch. We need to have a conversation. I was so impressed by that, bro.
Done.
I was super impressed by his project. It was so professional.
Yo.
It was so good and it's professional, bro. I'm telling you, $6.99 is not enough. I was excited to pay $6.99 because I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna bust the bank. But when I watched it, I'm like, bro, I'm willing to pay 12 or 15 or whatever, 19. Like, this is a really, really great stand up. Go ahead.
No, man, it is, in my opinion, it is of Chappelle show caliber. You know what I'm saying? Just, and I'm not saying his style of jokes are like David Chappelle. I'm just saying the professionalism, quality,
right.
And, you know, this was all out of their pocket. This is
Facts.
We're selling everything we got to sell, taking whatever loans. I don't know if they did take loans. I imagine they did, because, again, this is when you get something done like that, high 5-figure, 6-figure price tag for something like that.
Facts.
So, you know, they put their foot into it, and I'm glad that and privileged that I was a part of it.
Yeah. So, like, definitely, and if you have not taken the opportunity, if you made it this far into the show, definitely please check out Jason Weems Unknown. I'm telling you, you will enjoy it. I really, really loved it. And it's not just because it's Baltimore. The dude was genuinely funny, even if he wasn't from Baltimore. The jokes landed, and it had universal appeal, and it wasn't you know what it's like to be black, or like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, some dudes be really hinged on like trying to be funny within the black culture, but I felt like he really came up with a unique human perspective. You know what I mean? And yes, there were a few black jokes here and there, but like, yo, he really, really nailed, you know what I'm saying, a lot of stuff. And for him to drop it in the time of quarantine, there was nothing that felt off color. You know how sometimes if you watch the stand up and we in the middle of quarantine and they talk about something, you be like, dog, that's not the time we living in. It still worked. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I honestly was like, yo, I was so blown away by it, but yo, you know, shout out to them. So this is the last one, and then we're going to get into 10 things. What makes a real DJ? And this is the only group question that I have. So, Pill, what do you feel like makes a real DJ? What is an element that is required so that person can be respected as a real DJ?
I think the biggest element of being a real DJ is you got to have a genuine love for music, and not just not just certain music. You got to have a genuine love for all music, like all calibers of music. And you know, I listen to rock music, I listen to classical music, I listen to country music, and I have favorites in each genre. So I think that is one of the biggest calibers.
What's the last country artist you listened to? Don't start lying up on the show. What's the last country artist you listened to?
Last country artist I listened to would probably be like I know Reba McEntire. I know
that's back of old.
Would Florida Georgia Line fit country music?
It sound like some old shit.
No,
it don't sound like no new fresh.
Nas is country music to me.
I mean, I guess that works too. Yeah, that works too.
So no, I agree. I mean, I know you weren't finished, but
no, I'm done.
Go ahead, Pop. What you feel like is necessary to be a DJ, real DJ?
I agree with Pill. Love of you know, diverse, vast music. You know, catalog, having awareness. I think energy is just really important. What I mean by that, just being able to feel the room, get a sense of what they are looking for or what they need, and being able to have people enjoy. I think DJs should be able to I touched on it a little bit earlier, but for however long the set is, whether it's a 30-minute set or 4 hour, 6 hour joint, make people forget about everything that's outside of that, the venue hall or the backyard. They're not thinking about everything they got going on in life, bills, virtual school, whatever. Right. They're not thinking about that. They are there enjoying themselves. It's an escape. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And if you can keep the party, or just keep the event, because it's not necessarily always a party, but if you can just keep the event going such that people feel good, you get to somebody's senses. You touch somebody's senses based off of what you're playing, right? I think that to me makes a DJ. We're not going to miss the elephant in the room. I brought up something earlier, which was like, oh yeah, so they got music digital now, and they got these little mixing boards now. It's a lot different than wax, where you had to take a crayon and mark off, where a starting point was, right? So I think, in my opinion, I have respect for those DJs.
Absolutely.
Who, due to time and due to the technology that they had at that time, they had to become proficient with vinyl records and knowing the start-stop point. And, I think that's dope, right? And in my opinion, is that a real DJ? Sure. With technology, things change, right? And the time it would take to get a vinyl record loaded up, get the needle where you want to get it. There's a time associated with that. And there were some DJs who mastered it, and they could do it pretty quickly, right? However, because of technology, you can hit a button and then switch over half the time and still keep your party going with that next banger, right?
That's a fact.
Which I think is also a good thing. So I hope DJs of past do not have a negative view of DJs and the DJ methods of current, right? Because they're like, oh, y'all are cheating. I understand where they're coming from, because they were up all night, making their little markings, right?
Definitely.
I respect that. That was part of the craft. Same thing for me in my 9 to 5. There are benefits that I have because of technology, whether it be X-ray, CAT scan, MRI, that OG doctors didn't necessarily have. I would hope that the OG doctors would not say, I hope they would not say, you're less of a doctor because of all this technology you have at your hands. You see what I'm
saying? I'll give you, from my own personal perspective, I feel like the key thing that makes a DJ legendary is having a unique connection with the crowd, any crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like that. First of all, the DJ knows the crowd that they want to service,
right?
And they service that crowd perfectly. So like, if you a mixtape DJ that does battle rap songs, and you know who the battle rap dudes is to get the best mixtape, so that crowd is serviced.
There we go.
Or if you the type guy that works in the club and you make people dance, you know how to make that work.
Yep.
You the guy that works in a lounge and people ain't supposed to be dancing, but they just want that vibe.
They want a vibe.
And you create the vibe. I really feel like the greatest DJs of all time can identify a crowd and create the vibe that works perfect for that crowd.
Because there are different, if you didn't know, for anybody that didn't know, there are different categories that DJs fall in. They are, strictly trap DJs. They are strictly R&B DJs. They are what they call open format DJs, which means that I can touch any genre and make it sound, and that means I can touch any group of people knowing my crowd. That's what that kind of means, open format anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I feel like there are people that are niche, but I really feel like I feel like everybody starts out niche. Mm-hmm. Everybody has their thing that they really into. Like, I'm in the trap, or I'm in the club, or and you start there. But I feel like once you really start learning, once you learn, if you're open to it, you can learn how to, because I feel like your palette is naturally going to open up. Because you're going to get tired. Because if you're a DJ, you playing the hottest stuff all of the time. Right. So you get bored of that. So you start thinking, how can I make this more funky? Or how can I make this more? Or, hey, I don't even want to listen to this no more. Let me tell you, as a rapper, the thing I got tired of the fastest was rap music. So, like, when you really understand a rapper that really takes their craft seriously, they most of the time, a lot of them dudes is in the R&B because it's like, bro, I'm tired of hearing rap because I do rap inside and out, upside down. Right. So I'm going to love R&B. I'm going to love jazz. I'm going to love some rock and roll because this is not my job.
It's different.
You know what I mean? That's like you make pizzas all day long. That don't mean you want to keep taking pizza home every night. You know what I mean? Right. You kind of, well, not me. I love pizza that much, but I understand people wanting to do something different. But as a DJ, you want to show, if you really are competitive and you really love what you do, you know what I mean? You want to expose your crowd. You want to service your crowd, but you want to continue to expose your crowd to different things. And the DJs I love the most is they find that way. If they start with the trap, then they gonna start bringing in a little bit of soca, and then they might take you to a little bit of to a little bit of reggae, and then they might bring you a little bit into the R&B, and they might bring it because if they dope with it, they know how to blend it.
So that it's like that. I agree. You just describe, like going on a journey. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is dope, and I do want to say shout out to. There's a lot of DJs that I would love to shout out. There's some people who like took me under their wing, and if I'm being interviewed for DJ stuff and other stuff, but DJ stuff, I want to shout out first VVC.
Ooh.
VVC Radio gave me my start. VVC with the preparation, you know what I mean? This is coming to you live from Maryland Avenue and 25th Street, right?
That's a fact.
Friday nights from 9 to 11, just having fun, and
the best times.
Mixes was choppy and rugged at best, but you know what? We had fun, and it would be people who would comment like, "Yo, I was digging that," and yeah, it was my mother, but it's still it was lit. So VVC, definitely want to give a shout out. But on the DJ tip, DJ Pill.
Appreciate
it. On
the
DJ tip, DJ B Walk. Shout out to my man B Walk. Y'all remember B Walk?
I remember B Walk.
Shout out to B Walk.
But those who took me under the wing, Kendrick Tillman, aka DJ 5 Star.
Shout out to 5 Star.
Super big shout out to him. DJ Japiro, DJ. I gotta bring out my little list now. I'm getting into lists. We talked about lists earlier.
I'm telling you, you're gonna be here all night with the list.
But DJs who have helped me out when I was in the jam, that's what I wanna, definitely shout out. DJ Pill, DJ Japiro, DJ EA6, DJ Kiwi Pool, most recently.
That's crazy.
DJ Marty. I will bring out my list because I definitely don't want to forget.
Don't forget nobody.
We're gonna be here all night.
Not a single soul.
This dude is bugging.
But I'm gonna ad lib and just say, thank you to all y'all. Be easy. DJ Knowledge, DJ P Chris. I think I got most of the people that's on there. And
I'm mad at this nigga do got a literal list of niggas in his phone.
Yeah, you gotta
that's
do that.
crazy.
Of individuals, I mean. And Corey T.
Okay. What you know about Corey?
I've heard that name before.
T.
That's my brother, man.
Shout out to Corey T.
Yo, me and Corey go back 20. God damn, I'm old, bro. Me and Corey go back 20 years.
Shout out to DJ Corey.
That's my dog, for real. I love you, my G. I ain't seen him in a long time. I gotta holler at him.
Yep. So
how you know about Corey, yo?
Yo, come on, man. Stop it.
Come on, stop it.
Boy, are you moving around DC like that?
Stop.
You bumping hands out there like that? Let me find out. Let me holler at my boy and see what you know. You know what you know? You know what you know. All right, let me stop. All right. We gotta close this out.
I just got the text. Yep, I just got the text. So let's close it out.
I was about to say, we gotta get out of here, yo. I'm looking at this like, damn, 2 hours. That's crazy. All right, 10 things DJs hate while working. Let me show you how this works. All right, everybody picks one, so we start from 10. So you gonna do 10, and then he's gonna do 9, and I'm gonna do 8, and then you go 7. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you can't just be like, oh, let me give you 10 right now. Boom, just pick one. So you're number 10, DJ POP. Something that DJs hate when they doing a gig.
Finishing the gig and that money, that second half of that deposit.
Jesus Christ! Oh my fucking God, bro.
It's not there.
That
That's
bread ain't right. We got a problem.
It's a situation, y'all.
That's a fact. That's a
It's
fact.
a situation. I'm gonna get it started off with that one.
Oh,
God,
all right. Pill, where we at with number 9?
I think that just tops everything. No, number 9 would be I'm really annoyed by the constant. Sometimes I'm really annoyed by constant requests. I'm really annoyed by.
You just look at him and be like, "You're gay."
Why are you gay?
I mean,
And
no,
then why are you gay?
I mean,
Why are you
it's
gay?
like
You are gay.
I'm in a vibe, and then say I'm in a reggae bag. Let's just say I'm in a reggae bag, and you come and ask me to play neo soul.
Yeah, you just hit that nigga.
Why would you? No, I'm not playing that right now. Just wait, bro. I got you. Like it's a time for that. But yeah. That's
Definitely.
Dang. Let me tell you, nothing is more ignorant than you see the DJ is getting his life right now. He got sweat buckets coming down, the whole shirt soaked, and niggas want to stop the vibe. Cause everybody's dancing. I mean, the floor is hot. Girls is popping it open, and people like cartwheeling, and dudes want to stop for the corny announcement, not the important one, like the building's on fire. You know, people that got shot.
Do you remember that?
What do you mean? Remember that? It happens every time we do a gig. We in the zone. You are getting your life, and then people be like, "Yo, son, can you just tell somebody that that I found their keys?"
Yeah.
the car's being told.
Yeah. Just tell them that number 62473R, their car's getting towed. But go ahead.
Oh my goodness, so that's crazy. So what else comes to mind? So also just a little quick shout out that DJ POP loves these people up here. These are my brothers, everything.
Facts,
I got a 9 to 5 to keep, so you know what I'm saying. Anything stated, yeah, I mean, it's on them, right?
It's on me. It's on me. I'm taking this. It's not on him at all.
Right? I don't want nobody going back and saying he said he supported y'all. I mean,
Facts. I said it.
This is that little announcement that
That's
the
right.
views and comments. I mean,
Right.
So on the same tip of stopping the party, or you're like, don't you see what's going on right here? I've had a couple times where somebody might say, can you play something I could dance to? Now, if it ain't nobody on the dance floor.
No, nobody said that. Nobody said
that's all the time.
Nobody said something I can.
Nobody,
who are you?
If there's nobody on the dance floor and you hit me with that, that is fine. You know, you might be helping me out.
Right.
DJs, I am sensitive. I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm sensitive, right?
Yep.
Got a little bit of an ego, right? And so, if you say that to me and ain't nobody on the dance floor, I'm willing to listen to it because a couple times somebody then hooked me up with a song where it gets it jumping, right? But if it's people dancing on the dance floor,
You ain't
and then
dancing.
you not dancing, you say, "Can you play something I could dance to?"
That's personal.
You know that's really frustrating. It distracts me. It really distracts me that people are this crazy.
Who are you?
And then there's
And
no
why are
tip
you at my
associated with it,
DJ
right?
booth?
You don't have to pay me, but like if you really about to come over here and do that, and you don't have a tip, and it's kind of like, yo, you're bugging. So,
Yo, this only comes from JS1.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
You are gay.
And you are gay.
All
I'm
right.
saying
That's right.
you are a very jolly and happy person. You get it? All right, so let's move on. So that would be number 6. So pill number 6.
That would be that irritates me the most would be
Oh, I'm locked and loaded. Why you bluffing,
It just
bro?
depends
You had
on-
plenty time to be set up, bro. Go ahead.
I was and I forgot it. So now this actually happened to me recently. I was DJing a ladies night gig, and in my mind, ladies night means I need to be playing ladies music, I need to be playing R&B music and songs that females gravitate to. I got I started getting requests from guys that were totally coming up to me. I guess this falls right into what I said about constant requests. I was getting requests to play trap music, hood music, and I was like, this is a ladies' night, bro. Like, don't tell a DJ how to do his job. I guess that would be my 6. Don't tell a DJ how to do his job, especially when you are paying him or for.
All right, he gotta go, bro. So you gotta make sure your next one is locked and loaded. So like, here we go. This is another very important element. Yo, do not invite the DJ to come and do their job, and you don't have the DJ's vices ready to go. You know what I mean? Know what your DJ need. Yeah. If he need water, or if he need cognac, or if he need whiskey or whatever, have your stuff ready for your DJ, bro. Because he about to. That dude is coming in to put in work to get the party rocking. Nothing annoys me more than the people that don't take care of their DJ, yo. If they need some wings, make sure they got their wings. Make sure they boneless so that he ain't got to be trying to go through bones. Like, understand this man fingers is necessarily needed for the joint.
That's hilarious.
But it's so important for real. And I want to do, because that was 5. I want to also do number 4. Yo, you need to prep your DJ on the crowd. Yeah, that's very important, bro. 100%. And I hate that. They'll be like, come and do it, and it's going to be lit. And then, like, and also prep your crowd for your DJ. Yep. If you know, if like, say, for instance, we've had weddings where it's a lot of young people there, and the young people is the ones dancing and enjoying themselves. Why the 2 old people want to come and say, well, y'all play music with cursing in it or this and that? And he'd be like, yo, you see what these young people doing right now? They having a good time. Yeah. Now, there was a whole segment where we was playing the old school jams and you ain't get out your seat once.
Not one time.
So, like, am I going to spend my whole night catering to you so you can sit in the corner? Or am I going to cater to these young people that's really out here getting it?
Rocking.
For real, they getting their life right now. Like, and that's another thing, too. Like, understand, you have to decide the type of vibe you want for your event. The DJ is just providing that. So, don't assume that the DJ going to know you ain't got the da-da-da-da-da, bro. Like, nah, if you ain't tell me what to bring, we don't know.
I ain't got it.
Other than that, you gonna get this full clip of what I got already ready on deck. And normally a DJ might got 3, 4, 5 clips ready, but you know what I'm saying? It's only limited. So, like, if you need something specific, you need to verify that ahead of time. And you can't get grumpy when my man, he gonna have his own lane. He gonna have his own. And that's another thing. I'm going number 3 right now. I'm just bringing this down. Understand the DJ you booking.
Yeah.
This dude is the party hijacker. Yeah. He's not here for funeral games, bro. So if you just looking for the chill vibe, I mean, you could do that too. I'm not trying to knock you for that.
No. You make a good point. Like, hey, what I hear you saying is, like, hey, if you booking a DJ, like, do your research. I mean, go to their IG, go to their website or whatever. I think that's important. Speaking of funerals, though, one of the best experiences I had while DJing came at a funeral. The question earlier was, like, what don't you like to do? But one of the best experiences I had came at a funeral where somber moment, but one of the grieving actually was a DJ. So the person who's grieving is a DJ. And Yo was able to kick me off my own ish. Actually, he had his there too. So like they knew that this was a possibility that it could happen. Plugged him right up into the sound. Yo was rocking. Yeah. That funeral became a party. And like, just again, going to another earlier point, took their mind off of what they was going through. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? That, to me, was like a beautiful moment provided by somebody else, right? But I'm witnessing it, and, you know, after the fact, the family coming to me like, hey, you were able to provide something for this family. It was an experience for them, you know what I'm saying? You know, during a tough time. So I agree. Know the DJ you booking. And I also agree, know what your DJ likes to drink, likes to eat, all of that. And I'm going to hit number 2. I think we had number 2.
Yes, we are at number 2, sir.
You know, this is the logistics, and this is why having a party plan is helpful. But if you invite a DJ to either, again, your home or a venue, whatever, have an idea where you might want the DJ to set up. DJs know where, you know, perhaps where the sound might sound the best from or whatever. But, you know, this ain't me complaining, but there are multiple events you get to, and I already mentioned I might be running late anyway, but to get there, and there's balloons all over my area, or I don't got no table, or even if I bring my own table, which is fine, you know, I checked in advance to see if I need to bring a table or not, but I can't put it up nowhere because all the party favors is over there, you know what I'm saying? So just have a nice little carved out, neat little section That way the DJ can get there, get set up, make sure the music is playing when your guests get there.
Word. And I want to double back into my point and say you can get a 16-year-old nigga, they not gonna be able to do what P do. But also that little 16-year-old might got a whole niche of underground rappers that might work great with his crowd that you wouldn't be able to tap into.
That's right.
And that's the point I was trying to get at mostly is that there's certain things like, yo, he may not be the country music guy. Like, you know what I mean? You might need an event that might require, you know, some country / high Christian music, and that's not really his bag. And they'll be like, well, can you go find some music? I can, but am I going to be the best person to mix all this together and know what's going to work for that group of people? Like, there's people that really lock into certain things. And they're like, even me as a professional, and I do events, I have my DJs in my mind for the demos that I really want to do. I feel like POP is dope for my demo. Like 35 and older is like, he's going to play every record that's going to make me go, oh shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we come from that same era. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, he can do some shit with the young kids too. You know what I mean? But there might be a younger kid that might have those records to make those kids go, oh snap. Like,
completely agree. That's the other part about young DJs, old DJs, whatever. I think it's all one DJ love, big kumbaya. I got respect for everybody.
And that's why it helps to network with other DJs, because
it's essential.
Then I can say, well, no, I'm not the perfect DJ for this. Let me call somebody because I got him for you. I got a guy for you.
Right,
Let me call him and say, hey, I got a party for you. You're the perfect DJ for this situation.
That's a fact.
So, and then I'm gonna start with number one, which is probably the biggest thing that we all left out, is do not touch my equipment unless you know what you're doing and you got permission from me. Don't touch my equipment.
Yeah, even if you know what you're doing, still don't touch nobody's fucking equipment unless you got the permission of that individual person.
That is number one, man.
Yeah,
that is the most important thing.
Shout out to the MCs of the world that, you know, the hype men that make the party hot. They just had that communication aspect with the DJ.
Before you touching my volume
I know you're about to get this party jumping, but before you touching volume and stuff like that, it is a little bit disrespectful. So this should be a communication to take place. It could probably, it could happen. Just announce it. That's what you about.
Just talk to me about it, so I know what I'm expecting.
Exactly. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I know y'all was expecting big laughs and crazy ignorance and lots of curse words and lots of
I apologize. We could have got that. It was my fault.
It's cool.
No. It's perfect. We needed this. This is what we needed.
We needed a nice, mature, manly, you know what I'm saying, kind of end this to the season. And that's only because, we got so much respect for you, bro. Like, I want to make sure that, like, you know what I mean? I don't want people to... First of all, I don't ever want you to feel like you got to come up here and be different for us. Right. We'll be different for you. That's no problem. You know what I mean? Because I can tone down the ignorance. You know what I mean? If I respect that person. But most people I don't respect. So I'm just going to do what I'm going to do.
It ain't ignorance, man. It's culture. I love everything that y'all do. Again, and I appreciate, the invitation here. I appreciate the love to say, hey, this man trying to keep it 9 to 5. So, let's not be too reckless out here. I appreciate it. And, it is what it is. And I appreciate y'all enough to say, yo, we're not canceling this. We're going to go ahead and roll with it, and we can do it in a respectful way.
It's so important. I love you. I love the family. Shout out to Ayana. I mean, excuse me. Well, I don't know if she got a different name or Fancy Free LLC. Yeah, there you go. Shout out to Fancy Free LLC. Shout out to the kids. You know what I mean? Y'all know who y'all is. You know what I mean? Everybody have a safe Christmas, because this comes out the week of Christmas.
That's right.
Please do something special for somebody, even yourself. And I reiterate that. Please do something special for somebody, even yourself. So that do something for somebody else, but also do something for yourself. I don't care if you go to 5 and Below and get you like a little fake plant and you put it on your table. Do something for yourself. It's so important, bro. Show yourself some love. You know what I mean? Go ahead and cut your nails. Give yourself a bath and treat yourself. Like, let this one day that Christmas come be the day that you really show yourself that love and respect. You want to know why? Because you deserve it. Enjoy all of the great content. Yes, just because you're not going to get one of these, don't misunderstand. I got a full clip of episodes every week that's going to drop. So make sure, if you haven't done so, please subscribe and hit that notification button. We've got a bunch of episodes coming. Scarrick Bar is a phenomenal interview, and that's going to be dropping soon. Right after this, the Christmas special is coming later on this week. So if you haven't done so, make sure you locked in for it. And you know what I mean, all the way. I've got new episodes all the way to the new year, so you ain't got nothing to worry about. DJ Pill, thank you, sir. You held it down with me all
Thank
this
you,
year.
sir. Appreciate
You did
it.
a phenomenal job this year. You stepped it up. You know what I mean? DJ, you know what I mean? Ill Will kind of bailed on me.
Will, what's up, man?
Because of COVID.
What's up, Ill Will?
But Pill stepped up and did a phenomenal job this year. Yo, you really grew up a lot. Yo, I'm so happy for you, and I'm so proud of you, bro. Like, you've come a long way.
Thank you.
You come a long way since the day I met you, yo.
Thank you.
Even though you still on your fuck shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got my moments.
I want you to shut it. I want you to shut that shit off. I need you to 2021. I need you to be more confident. I need you to drop your balls. Excuse me. I need you to just be more confident. I need you to be more manly out here. Yo, you are the guy, man. You know what I'm saying? People love you. People respect you. You know what I mean? Carry yourself that way, man. You deserve that, bro. You a big dog in these streets, man. Show these dogs. You know what I mean? Show them what it's all about. So, like, with that being said,
Merry Christmas, y'all. Happy New Year, man. And we see y'all, man. Have a good one.
yeah, man, I'm chilling. So check me on IG if you want to see what I'm doing, because I'm not posting nothing. So I'll holler at y'all later, yo. Peace.